All right, guys, welcome to the Yankee and Canuck Monster Mash Mayhem Season 1. No, actually, we thought it'd be pretty cool to do like a matchup kind of a deal. We had different ideas for this, and we finally settled on this, which is the classic Universal monsters. So we're going to have Dracula, the Phantom of the Opera, Eric, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Gilman, Invisible Man, Griffin, Wolfman, Jekyll, Hyde, Mummy, and Frankenstein's monster, all pitting against each other. So the object here is figuring out of all the monsters we just named, who is the victor? Who will win?
That's right, and we are determining this with dice, like D&D style, and we've come up with different roles for various locations, the strengths, the weaknesses, weapons, a whole lot of things we're taking into consideration to make it a little bit.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a D&D game, except there's no hit points or magic points or any of that stuff. What we're basically doing is that we're arguing based on our best knowledge of these characters in the Universal movies, how the situation will, come to its conclusion. So
that's right. We're tweaking it a little bit because some of these characters in the movies in the 20s and 30s, I love those movies, by the way, and we're both fans, and so we have to make some adjustments because there's certain things that aren't shown in the movie, and we have to take a little bit of liberty with it. But for the most part, straight out of the movies.
Yeah. So, for instance, we might reference something from the later movies, like it's going to be between 1920s and 1950s. That's our threshold. But we could reach out, do the Hammer movies. We could do some comic books, video games, other adaptations and sources if we absolutely need to.
Correct, exactly.
But we're going to try to be as close to the original movies as we can.
That's right.
Yeah, so with this as well, we're two dudes arguing, so how do you determine the outcome? Well, it's essentially going to be like Dungeons & Dragons. We're going to be like coming up with these imaginary scenarios, figuring out how exactly these characters are going to clash. But if we're at a stalemate, we just can't agree on something, that's where we come to these rules right here. So first of all, we're going to roll in a second to see who's going to go up against who. And then we're going to roll for a location. And we're going to roll for an advantage. So each character has an advantage at the beginning of the match. Like Invisible Man, for instance, could start being invisible. That's an advantage. Or Dracula, has a roll advantage where he sees blood and he's a little bit, confused at the moment. So, but he also gets a slight boost, slight energy boost. So he's not completely disadvantaged. So we have those kind of things, and we can also randomize for strength and weakness. So each character is going to have a strength and a weakness at the beginning of each match, and they also get a weapon. So
obviously some weapons are going to be more vital. A stake would be good against Dracula, possibly, if you can pull it off. Obviously silver would be good against Wolfman, for example. Whereas a lot of other weapons wouldn't be very effective. So all things we have to take into consideration.
Yeah, if they get a weapon that hurts them, like if Dracula gets the stake, like in this example, we just re-roll it. They get something else. Like in this case, a shovel. Okay, you can use a shovel or something. So,
or a cheeseburger.
Or cheeseburger, the chair from, wrestling matches or something, steel chair, I don't think that's in there, but
we do not have that included, but
maybe next year. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. And we also have for additional outcome scenarios. So if we get into a stalemate, as we mentioned, that's when we're going to roll for what kind of event is going to change up the matchup and what category under that event. So for instance, if we're like, all right, the Wolfman and Dracula are head to head, they're kind of even. So let's roll here. All right, 25. So 25 means mystical scientific effect.
Ooh.
Okay, who's going to get that though? So Dracula is a 16. Wolfman is a 19. Wolfman gets this advantage. So now we roll which category here is Wolfman going to gain? 23. So 23 in this case would be H. So that means random effect shifts the battlefield favorably for the monster. So Wolfman has a random effect in the battlefield that favors him. So what is that? Well, that's the other thing too. Between the two of us, Yankee gets a 29, Canuck gets a 12. So I get to determine what advantage the Wolfman gets in that scenario.
Boo.
Exactly. If you would have
I
rolled
wanna
higher,
re-roll.
you would have done it. That's how we determine the matchups. That's why. So that way it won't get too lopsided, like I say so, or Canuck says so, or something like that. Because otherwise, we ain't going to get anywhere. That's why the dice are the real deciders in this whole thing. And then from there, the combatants get to the next phase and the next phase, and we get to our victor. Another element we're introducing here are sidekicks. So this was something we decided just yesterday, and I thought it would be pretty cool. So each character has a sidekick. For instance, Dracula, Renfield. Frankenstein's monster, he gets Igor. So the idea behind the sidekicks is when the monster gets critically wounded, if we make a good argument like this would critically wound this monster, well, then the sidekick comes in, and then the sidekick, based on the roll, has to be a 26 or higher, will determine what happens to that monster or their opponent. So in this case, and they have the opportunity to heal their monster or obscure the battlefield for the other monster. So it all depends on who the sidekick is and what they're able to do.
Yeah, they themselves have certain abilities and certain things that they can do, whether it's a distraction or an actual attack, or so there's different things that can be done.
Exactly. Like Igor, for instance, he provides advice to the monster, he manipulates machinery, may attempt to revive or empower the monster. So those are advantages he can provide for the monster. And again, all these rules, we tried to really make it as comprehensive as we can. We reviewed them. There might be mistakes here and there. We might have to correct the rules here and there upon mutual agreement if we have to.
Correct.
All right. All that being said, though, I think it's time to do this matchup.
Let the games begin.
Mortal Kombat. I wish we had the music.
Fight.
All right.
Bam, 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 bam,
Yeah, I know. I wish we had the techno. That'd be super cool. And me and Canuck here tend to stumble over each other a lot. So yeah. So early warning in advance. Like if I talk, you talk. We tend to talk over each other. All right. So to start this thing off, Dracula. What does Dracky get? He gets a 29.
Dracky.
All right.
Count Dracula.
All right. Phantom. He gets a 14. All right. 26 for the Gillman, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Griffin here gets a 19. Okay, 37 for the Wolfman.
Lawrence Talbot.
36 for Jekyll Hyde. And if any of the characters get a duplicate number, we re-roll until they get something different. 33 for the Mummy.
Imhotep.
Imhotep. And finally, the monster gets a 20.
Frankenstein's monster.
All right, so
which is often referred to as the creature in Mary Shelley's novel.
Exactly. All right, so for the first matchup, we're doing Wolfman versus Jekyll or Hyde. Now, the thing with this matchup is that we're either going to get Jekyll or Hyde depending on where we roll, right?
Correct. Yeah, he's not going to be able to. Yeah, we have to have it set up to where he starts out in one form or the other.
Yes. So, but first thing, let's do a location. So,
what
location.
Are we rolling?
We're doing a 14 for location.
14. That's going to be Talbot Woods.
Is it Talbot Woods? Okay.
Yes. Talbot Woods is the estate and the property of Lawrence Talbot, the Wolfman.
Wolfman's crib. Using ancient ass language here.
Mr. Talbot.
You have the thing for the yeah, there we go. Just so we're not making shit up here.
No, I have it up.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
I got it all printed out.
Awesome. Oh, there you go. He's on top of it, folks. Okay.
I needed the paper in my head. I was like, I can't just keep looking at this crazy stuff. I'm old school. Mold.
Yeah, we. Yeah, I know. We both are. We did map quests and back in the day. That's how old we are. We're used to doing this kind of. Let's
before that, we just didn't know where we were going.
I know we have to actually use our thing called a brain in order to figure out where to go on the
We,
road.
got, we often got lost. Let's put it that way.
I'm going to be honest, I still don't use my brain. I got too lazy because of social media and whatnot, but that's a totally different conversation. All right, so we got our location here, so now we're going to randomize for strength and weakness for each monster. So in order to keep track,
Right.
in order to keep track, we're going to write all this shit here. Okay. So, for Wolfman, he's going to get... let's see. Oops. Oh, this is a different thing. Never mind. My bad. All right. For Wolfman, he gets... for a weapon, he gets a spear. We could do that. Weapon. All right. So you get a spear, sir. For
Which makes no sense because the Wolfman wouldn't need a spear; he just uses the claws.
We're gonna get into that once the battle starts. We'll figure out if the Wolfman needs a spear or not. And Jekyll Hyde gets an axe. That's pretty good. All right, and Ancient Knowledge. That is a buff. One of the characters gets, so that's going to be for Wolfman. Ancient Knowledge for Jekyll or Hyde. Ethereal Speed. So they're just fast. Whoa. Yeah. I mean, they're mortals, so I don't know. Yeah, but like they're mortals too, so how ethereal is ethereal when it comes to them?
That's
I guess
true.
We're going to have to figure that one out. We're going to have to argue and figure out, rationalize that.
They have a chance now.
And Wolfman's weakness is he's vulnerable to cold.
And silver.
Just get him a blankie.
Silver for sure.
And for Jekyll or Hyde, they are basically deaf. Oh, well, that's not good at all.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh.
All right. So now it's time for the roll advantage. So Wolfman goes first. He gets a 13. So what roll it? No, that means he doesn't get a roll advantage. You have to get a 26 or higher. No. All right. And when it comes to Jekyll and Hyde, we roll to see who's Jekyll and who's Hyde in this exchange, right? So just so I can show you the rules here. So the roll advantage here, match starts with Jekyll, 2 to 25, or Hyde, 26 to 40. And we can roll every 3 to 5 matches if we feel like we need a change, just to spice things up. Or they have to stay as Jekyll or Hyde. We can make a decision right now.
I'm okay with another roll happening later. Okay,
switch. So we're gonna have.
But then again,
we got to. No. Come on. We either do that. It's either they're locked in the entire way, or
maybe it's better to lock them in. I think.
All right, so they're locked in. The only way that won't happen is if the sidekick kicks in when one of them is mortally wounded. And what is the sidekick for Jekyll and Hyde? They basically split in two. So we're going to come up with a story reason how that happens. But you're going to have both Jekyll and Hyde. So if we're playing Hyde, Jekyll's his sidekick and vice versa. But let's find out. Is it Jekyll or Hyde? Oh, it's Hyde. Oh, it's Hyde with an axe. Holy shit.
Oh.
And this is interesting. All right. And it's time for them to fight. Okay, so I don't know anything about Talbot Woods. So basically, what is this? This is like a mansion or something?
There's a mansion, massive amount of estate, acres and acres and acres. And it leads to woods, and it's kind of misty and not quite a marsh, but there's a lot of mist, at least in that part of the film.
So naturally, it's just very foggy. Maybe kind of hard to see.
Foggy. And we might as well use a good part of the film towards the end and the end of the film. So it's actually dark, obviously. And
all the locations are going to be dark. It's going to be all in darkness. Yeah, so everyone has a fighting chance.
The moon is up because Wolfman is, well, you know.
Oh my God, that is right. Wolfman's on his home turf. Doesn't he get some buffs? Yep. Oh man, does he get a buff for that? Does he get any home advantage? He probably does. That's the thing. Well, that's another thing too. We also, we did a roll for Jekyll Hyde, but no, he does not get the roll advantage. So that means Wolfman did not get the full moon. If he would have gotten a full moon, he would enter Berserker mode. Berserker mode is essentially like he has the potential to do massive damage against his opponent, but he also can damage himself, or he could just miss entirely. So we have to roll 26 or above, whether or not he's able to strike or not, all that stuff.
Yeah, we've had to make adjustments because there's one iteration that he becomes a wolf during a full moon, but then they also have where it's just the moon.
And, I mean he's the Wolfman. He's the Wolfman no matter what. But
yeah, so like he just said, that we had this idea the full moon gives him enhanced abilities, basically. So
basically, yeah, that's one of our little adjustments. That's not in the movie. He just simply turns to a wolf. There's a full moon. But it would have been interesting if it was going to be like the dude versus the Wolfman. You know what I mean? If we would have rolled just like we did with Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
Yeah, but we didn't do that. So, all right. So I mean, essentially, Talbot Woods. It's foggy.
He has a
large palatial estate.
Correct. And wooded area, the acres of wooded area. Obviously, Wolfman would be more familiar with the area because it's his own turf. But then again, when Talbot's in the wolf form, he isn't really thinking clearly or rationally. He's just driven by,
Yeah, he's got animal instincts. So he's basically like he's an animal through and through. He's got his human abilities are basically limited to the fact that he's able to walk on just 2 legs instead of all 4 and stuff, and he's able to climb. So he's basically a wolf with the powers of a monkey, if we're being honest. Yeah. So he's like a primate / a canine. So
we're also making sure that he has the speed, the strength, the instincts. And in the original film, of course, you don't really see him use the claws or bite people or anything like that. He really just, I think, strangled somebody at one point, and that's it. So it's limited. So we, once again, have to take other versions and into account. So,
well, let's start now. So at this point, I guess they're starting within the mansion itself.
It could be that, yeah. Or it could be right outside.
Oh, it looks like let's just go ahead. This is going to be one of our things. This is not in the rules, but we're not sure where exactly in this location they're fighting, whether it's inside the mansion or outside the mansion. So let's go ahead and roll for that. So 26 and above, they're outside. 25 and under, they're inside.
Very good.
You agree? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's good. Oh.
That means they're outside, right?
Yep.
All right, so they're outside. So it's foggy. They're probably there's like a lot of grave plots and stuff like that happening. It's hard to see already. So that would probably put somewhat of a damper. Definitely on Hyde's senses. He won't be able to see anything. He's not going to smell anything, obviously. Wolfman probably still has his sense of smell, correct?
Wolfman definitely has his sense of smell. So Hyde, the issue is he's got the speed, but he can't hear anything. And it's already dark and kind of misty outside there, so
yeah. And but going to what you were saying earlier, Wolfman has a spear. You think he wouldn't use it?
No, I think he would probably immediately throw the spear.
What's this?
He would either break the spear and just throw it on the ground, or actually attempt to throw the spear at Hyde before charging.
All right, so I think I would agree he would try to at least use it because he's got the man side of things that would be able to do that rudimentary, but I don't think he's as proficient with weapons.
He's not. No, I mean it would be just a throw, just a kind of out of frustration or just.
And Hyde Hyde in this version is a very proficient fighter, so he'll be able to dodge really easily.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's very capable. Or Wolfman keeps the spear. He keeps the spear for to use as a toothpick at the end of the match. He eats Hyde.
Yeah, well, he had to pick it up afterwards. All right. Well, that's the thing too. And Hyde is a very proficient fighter, but it's also foggy.
Correct.
So that would obscure his vision.
Correct. So he wouldn't know if Wolfman comes up behind him too well. It'd be difficult. Can't hear it.
Also, he can't hear.
Can't hear it.
So
yeah, he's in big trouble.
He is 100% in big trouble. So
in fact, it's already over.
Nah,
but no, it's actually never.
That's why we have these rules, buddy.
Yep.
To prevent situations like this from happening.
Correct. We can't have it too easy.
So in this situation, I think it's fair then if we do like a what did I call this shit again? I forgot. The additional outcome roll. So basically, this triggers if we don't both agree what happens, narratively, like if we discuss it. So right now, we're not sure, given the disadvantages of Hyde, that whether or not he can dodge the spear from Wolfman.
Yeah.
So there's one thing. So we could do this. We could also roll whether or not he throws and misses, right? So
that's true. Yeah.
I feel like let's just go ahead and roll to see. Wolfman throws the spear haphazardly at Hyde. Yeah. Does Hyde dodge it? So 26 and above, he dodges it. 25 below, it sticks into him. He dodges it.
Dodges it.
So Hyde he may be deaf, but he ain't dumb. So he's got a fighting chance here. So that's it. Wolfman, he doesn't have his spear anymore.
He's like, I didn't want him anyways. I got my claws, got my teeth.
Exactly. But you know what? Jekyll and Hyde has an advantage. Jekyll and Hyde has an advantage here. So at this point, Hyde can go ahead and swing his axe right at Wolfman. So same conditions. He decides to lunge at Wolfman. Does he make it? No, he misses.
He misses.
So I think the fog is really, really hampering their ability to even see each other. It is a huge factor.
Wolfman has the advantage of being able to also smell, and with those instincts, but which obviously Hyde is at a major disadvantage vision-wise, and then obviously can't hear, unable to hear at all. So
as so I guess on that standpoint, Wolfman decides to lunge at him, misses. I don't know. That fog is really hampering their ability. So let's go ahead, just so we can do it.
Hyde has the speed too, so he's
Yeah, so this is a more formidable matchup than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
because there really are toe-to-toe based on,
on paper, Wolfman would win, but considering all
elements,
these variables that...
I mean, if it was Jekyll, I think Jekyll would have eaten it. There ain't no way Hyde would have been able to... Jekyll would have been able to go toe-to-toe with Wolfman. All right, let's go ahead and, for the sake of it, introduce an additional outcome roll. So, in this case, we are doing 36 cinematic event.
All right.
And which cinematic event are we doing here? 12. All right, it's down here somewhere. Oh, wait, it's just a little... Here we go. D. So that means opponent is momentarily caught off guard by spectacle. All right, so we got two more rolls here. Who gets this advantage? Hyde or Wolfman? Wolfman rolls 32. That's pretty good. Hyde gets wow, that's very close, but Wolfman advantage. And who gets to determine what happens here? So is it going to be Yankee or Canuck? So for me, I get, as Yankee, a 24. Canuck gets 32.
32.
So Canuck decides. So what does Wolfman benefit from this cinematic event? So basically, Hyde is momentarily caught off guard by a spectacle. What happens?
It's a tough one. I really, I guess we could have something as simple as Hyde trips on the root of a tree.
Oh, come on, man. You got to go bigger than that. How's that cinematic? He trips. Ooh, it's like, what the hell, dude?
He trips and falls into a marsh.
Add some Michael Bay explosions, too.
There we go. Yes.
No. Make it more cinematic than that. Come on. He's on the Wolfman's territory. He's got a chance. Or no, Wolfman has the opportunity over Hyde. So what does Wolfman do?
So Wolfman, he howls and it summons 2 additional wolves, regular wolves.
So that's a spectacle. So Wolfman decides to summon a couple of wolves, like 2 wolves, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so now Hyde's got to contend with these wolves.
Which is possible, because he has a speed, he's got max.
All right, so let's just see what happens here. So 26 above, Hyde is able to fend off the 2 wolves because he's got that axe. And 25 and under, Hyde's going to get some serious damage. So let's find out. No.
Wow.
So that means Hyde takes his axe and decapitates both wolves.
In a matter of a second because of the speed.
Yeah, because of the speed. Yeah, so that's like nothing. So in spite of the fog, in spite of that disadvantage, Hyde is able to be like, nah, man, yo, wolves, I'm coming after you next. You're going to be the next trophy I'm going to hang in my room. Hell, I don't even need this next. I'm just going to do it with my bare hands if I need to. Yeah, Hyde is brutal. So already Hyde is able to defend himself. So what happens next? Let's see here. Let's determine that via the dice. Well, Hyde once again decides to go. Take another lunge at Wolfman, misses, ends up hitting his axe against a tombstone. Now it's stuck there.
Wow.
Dramatic.
So Wolfman either has an opportunity to strike, but will the axe be removed in time?
Exactly. So in that situation, I think Hyde is pretty smart enough to be like, you know what, I'll try to get this thing off. If I'm not able to, I have to leave it behind. So now he doesn't have a weapon. Now it's just his now with his deafness and his super speed, that's all he's got right now against the Wolfman. So I don't know, man. Wolfman's got claws. I think Wolfman's going to be able to tear this dude apart as soon as he gets his hands on him. What do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. Once it's close quarter like that, the melee, then it's pretty much a wrap.
Yeah. So let's see if Wolfman can do that. Let's see here. Wolfman tries. He tries to claw at him, ends up missing, and subsequently, let's see if he damages himself. He ends up hitting himself against a tombstone. Like, this is an animal, so he just lunges, boom, hits against another tombstone. So
probably got a little dazed from it.
Yeah, no, he ain't having it. He's just completely out of it.
But he'd be able to shake it off. He just kind of.
Yeah, he's got super strength and stuff, so he could definitely do that. All right. So as a matter of fact, I think given the fogginess of the area, I think it's to Hyde's best interest to get out of there and go inside. What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he's not dumb. He's not super smart. That's Jekyll. But he's smart enough to know, like, if I stick around here, I'm not going to win. I already lost my weapon. I got to get to higher ground.
But you really want to go into the home of the person you're fighting, though?
Well, that's the thing, man. I mean, if you can't see anything versus a place where you can see, I mean, what would you pick?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I feel like it's logical that Hyde decides to be like, you know what? I'll take my chances in the manor. So now he's inside. Locks the door behind him, but that doesn't do much good because Wolfman knows his own manor. If he can't get in one way, he's going to find another way in.
Correct.
So you know more about the setting of this manor. So what kind of things is Hyde going to expect going into this thing?
Well, we can just say that he enters the first area. There's a staircase there, and then that room that it is in leads to the Great Hall. Now, in the Great Hall, you will find a lot of weapons. Weapons on the wall, decorative, but also functional weapons that he could use. And of course, there's torches and stuff like that as well, and the fireplace is burning, so...
All right, so I think in this case, let's just say, would Hyde find a torch hanging next to the door that he just went through, the entrance?
Yes.
Because I imagine it's pretty dark in there. This is night after all. So he's going to need a torch. He needs some light in order to get around. So Hyde's going to go ahead and take a torch.
He's got a flashlight.
Yeah, a modern flashlight. All right, but what happens with Wolfman?
Oh, man.
What do you think Wolfman is up to?
He gets up and storms to his front door and kicks it down.
Okay. As a matter of fact, let's see if you can. It's a pretty formidable front door. It's pretty sturdy, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can. Let's see if Wolfman kicks that thing down. He doesn't.
He doesn't. Okay, then in that case, he underneath the mat, he grabs the key.
Finds key under the mat and unlocks it. All right, I'll roll with that. That's cool. By this point, Hyde is already far into the manor. He's just like, you know what? I need to get away because I can hear that Wolfman pounding on the door initially. I'm running straight inside. So now he's deep in the manor, and the Wolfman's like, ruh, 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 unlocks the door with the key.
I have a key under here.
All right, I'm back. Where's man? What to feast on man? I don't know why he talks like that. He just does. Does he even talk at all in the movie? I don't remember.
No.
He just goes,
just Talbot.
All right. All right. Well, Hyde goes along this manor here, and he's just hiding. Of course, the thing that he's holding, the torch, is what keeps him well lit, so he'll be easily, discoverable.
But there's nowhere for him to hide because Wolfman can smell him. And he probably has a pretty good idea where Hyde would try to hide. Yeah. Where Hyde would hide.
Where Hyde would hide, exactly. All right, so
and where he's hiding is actually in the coat of arms. He's in the armor. He's like, he'll never find me in here.
Oh, really? Coat of arms room? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, he's inside the armor. The display armor.
Oh, he's hiding in display. Okay, that's cool, actually. All right. So wait, so if he's gonna hide in the display armor, he ditches torch. So he ditches it on the ground. All right, I'm down with that. Wolfie can smell him, so now the Wolfman is just going, trying to find his ass, and Hyde's just hiding in there like a coward or something. I can't say I blame him too much.
Full suit of armor, but
yeah.
The armor has a sword, a weapon. So.
Ooh, Hyde gains a sword as part of display armor. So here's the thing. So Wolfman is coming in the room. He smells him. He knows he's somewhere. He goes up, finds the coat of armor. He's like sniffing real close. And the armor, he's got the sword. It's like down, he's just holding it down. It's not above his head or anything. He's not holding it up. Wolfman turns around, and then that's when Hyde slowly picks the sword up, and he's about to strike Wolfman. But here's the thing. Is he able to strike Wolfman? No, he misses. Oops. Misses. Oh no. Hyde tries to strike Wolfman with sword and misses. Uh-oh. So that's a mess. I mean, Hyde is strong enough to be able to move in that knight armor. And as a result, I think he gets extra defense, don't you think?
He does, but he's probably, after that swing in the armor, he's probably off balance now.
Oh, that's right. That is true. I don't know why I keep trying to save. I'm sorry. Let me just save real quick here. There we go. Hyde tries to strike Wolfman with sword and misses. And then now he's disoriented. Poor Hyde.
And now the Wolfman has a turn.
All right. So as a matter of fact, should we roll to see the outcome here, or should we introduce another additional outcome effect? Actually, let's roll to see if Wolfman can strike Hyde, and if whether or not he can, we can introduce the next additional outcome. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so Wolfman strikes Hyde. Ooh, and he gets him. He gets him. Strikes Hyde. So the armor is damaged now.
Yep, and he's exposed.
And now
armor's damaged.
Yep. So things are not looking good for Hyde at all. And I vote we do the additional outcome roll. Let's add another wild outcome here.
What do we got?
All right, so 27.
27.
So
Interesting.
mystical scientific effect. So I think it's probably going to be mystical. Maybe Hyde can do scientific because by virtue he's also Jekyll somewhere deep inside.
True.
So let's find out what scenario exactly are they going to get from this one. 16. That's an E. Monster senses
or
sharpen
instinct
dramatically. Uh-oh. Well, who's going to get this one? Is it going to be Wolfman or Hyde? Wolfman rolls 16. Hyde rolls 37.
37.
Oh my god damn. All right, Hyde. And who determines what Hyde does with this advantage? I roll 15, and Canuck here rolls 26. So Canuck, once again, you determine what Hyde does with this advantage. So basically, he's losing his armor. He's still relatively whole, but now he has enhanced senses. So that means he was deaf. Now he's probably not deaf anymore.
He's back to, okay, yeah.
So let's just say that all of a sudden Hyde, reaches in his pocket, right? And then he finds some sort of a vial. He thinks, well, I'm going to do anything I can to fight against this thing. Drinks it. His hearing is restored. That's like one of the contingencies that Jekyll put in his own pocket.
But how much good would that do in where he's at right now?
Well, now he can hear. But here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. You're the one who should be determining this. What happens?
So his senses or instinct sharpen dramatically. So we already have the hearing. Let's actually make it senses and instinct. So what he does is he immediately jumps out the window.
But his hearing is restored. We both agree to that, right?
Yeah, hearing restored, and then he knows that his armor is damaged. Wolfman is right there in front of him.
There we go.
He thinks the best thing to do is to jump out the window, which destroys the armor, but he's able to run back outside. He's back outside.
Right. Okay, but what's the in-story reason we're going to go with the thing that I pitched? Or what's your story reason for his hearing suddenly being restored?
You
can't come up with anything. I think we could just do the thing I just mentioned.
The potion might work. I was trying to think maybe somehow Dr. Jekyll does something, that's able to, mitigate those issues, but I think a potion works.
Yeah, it's just by virtue of him being Jekyll too, I think Jekyll's got a lot of contingencies already planned that Hyde wouldn't have been able to think of.
Yeah.
All right, so Hyde, wow, this is going toe to toe, and we're barely in the first matchup here. So basically, Wolfman is just like, okay, this dude is just as sharp as I am in terms of their senses. So now you got Wolfman, animal instincts, and heightened human, already superhuman abilities for Hyde. So they're pretty much equal. So I think it's probably safe to assume that Hyde's sense of smell is also enhanced.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, it says senses or instincts sharpen dramatically, so that's pretty broad. So you would say all his senses are either restored or enhanced. His hearing merely restored. His other senses probably enhanced.
Yeah. I think we could do all senses. Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty.
But he's still not at a physical advantage though, because he's still at a disadvantage at the end of the day. Wolfman is still.
Yeah, it does nothing for strength or defense. It's just really like the actual senses, the 5 senses, or 6 if we were to include a 6th one.
But now you would probably fare better outside.
All right, so now they're outside. Wolfman, I'd imagine, be like, "Huh?" He's like, "Huh?" Just jumps right out the window, chases after Hyde. So now there's a little bit of a chase happening. And I think at this point they're in the woods. So now they're toe to toe. So Hyde doesn't know. Yeah, after the window. He jumps through, and I imagine they run through the woods, but Hyde doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where he is, so at some point he stops, gets lost. Wolfman knows exactly where he's at, so they end up confronting each other again.
No. He turns back around and goes to the front door to lock up and put the key in the man again. He's like, oh, I better not forget to do this.
All right, we'll go with that. Hyde goes to the front door.
No, Wolfman goes to the front door.
No. Well, Wolfman and Hyde are back outside.
Yeah, but Wolfman, instead of chasing immediately, he's like, oh, I better lock up the front door first. Put the key back.
Okay, Wolfman locks. Takes time. Wolfman takes time.
This is so stupid.
To lock the door and pockets key.
The Wolfman would never do any of this because he's just a killing machine. So he's not really thinking human side of him is gone. But let's just throw that in there. Have a little fun.
Okay, but they both confront each other now in the woods. So now Wolfman, I feel like Wolfman and Hyde, they're toe-to-toe. They're pretty much equal. So I feel like we got to do another additional outcome roll. Because now they're
pretty much they're equal. Wolfman still has the physical advantage.
Okay, so at this point...
Speed they're equal because Hyde has the buff, the speed buff, but
I think
Wolfman still has the strength.
Okay, well, Wolfman already used his turn by taking the time to lock the door and pocket the keys, so I think it's Hyde's turn, don't you think?
So Hyde has the opportunity to go get the axe back.
Ah, that's a good one. Does he get the axe back? Nope. He doesn't get the... So
stuck in
meets up again. Hyde is nowhere near axe. So with that, he's got to fight him face to face. So if Hyde's got no other choice, he's going to sock Wolfman right in the face. Does that even do any damage at all?
It should have.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay, this is about to wrap up real
Yeah. Across the face, no damage.
Wolfman goes. He shakes his head like. Nope.
He does that thing like the T-1000 does in the Terminator 2, where he just shakes his finger. Nope.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't have done that.
Or it's the Kame Mutombo. No.
I don't think. Yeah. What? I mean, in order to prevail, Hyde really, even though he's got super strength, Wolfman is just simply stronger. So Wolfman decides to attack back. Oh, Wolfman. I'm sorry, Hyde. Wolfman slashes Hyde across the chest.
Yeah.
That is a devastating blow.
Yep. Hyde falls to the ground.
I think that is a pretty mortal wound. What do you think?
We could say that. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, because this is going on
follow
for
it
a
up
little long.
with Wolfman rips his heart out and eats it.
Remember though, now we kick in the sidekick.
That's true.
So now Hyde. So now Hyde is like, but then he drinks something else from his coat, and now Jekyll pops out of him. So now you have both Jekyll and Hyde on the battlefield.
Once again, just to let you guys know, the sidekicks are only summoned when the main fighter is about to be defeated.
Exactly. Just to keep things a little spicy. Will this make a difference, though? That is the question.
Doubt it.
I doubt it too, but let's figure out what happens here. All right, so what can Jekyll do here? Well, he can concoct potions to revive Hyde or construct chemical weapons. So that's all he can really do. I mean, Hyde has no physical presence whatsoever. He's only a strategist. He can think of plans, and he has come up with plans, and he thought of them ahead of time, put them in the pockets and all that stuff. But now he's toe-to-toe with the Wolfman. So Jekyll has this opportunity here to either revive Hyde or make a chemical weapon and thwart the Wolfman. So let's go ahead and figure out what Jekyll can do, actually. So let's see if Jekyll can even do anything. So Jekyll tries to do something. Oh, uh-oh. Jekyll rolls a 13. That means Jekyll is summoned, and he is scared shitless of the fucking Wolfman thing that he sees right in front of him. He's petrified.
We're doing it as they actually split into two, right?
Yes. They're two separate people now.
Two separate. Yeah. It's magic, y'all.
It's magic. This is one of the other perks we decided to make it up to make it more interesting.
Correct.
So Jekyll is just scared shitless of the Wolfman, and the Wolfman's looking at Jekyll like, well, that was that weird thing I was smelling, I guess, because he smelled two different people. So now he's like, oh, this is interesting now. So, as Hyde is basically bleeding to death,
Yeah,
Jekyll is like shitting his pants.
He's here to assist, but what can he really do? There isn't really a whole lot of options.
No, so what does Wolfman do? Let's find out. Wolfman basically tears Jekyll's head off. Oh no! Oopsies. I think we have a victor here.
We do.
So basically, and Hyde just bleeds to death.
Yep.
Wolfman wins.
Wolfman wins, and he goes back inside, unlocks the door, and makes some hot cocoa.
And on his little trophy mounted on the wall, he puts both Jekyll and Hyde's heads on there.
Exactly. Yes.
It's like a Mortal Kombat victory, you know.
Yep. Fatality.
That was really cool. I like this one.
Yeah.
All right, Wolfman wins. He advances to the next round. Now, 2 heavyweights coming up, Mummy versus Dracula.
Imhotep and Count Dracula.
So the first thing we're going to roll for is location. So, where are they going to be? 36. All right, so we rolled the 36 for the next matchup. It's Imhotep versus Dracula.
Imhotep.
All right, so we rolled the 36, and that means they are in the Paris Opera House. Not an advantage for either character.
Nope.
All right. Next thing we got to do is weapon.
Although Dracula would appreciate the opera a little bit more, probably, than Imhotep.
Imhotep is probably just basically a zombie.
He's like, what is this racket? Yeah.
No, basically. All right, so weapons. So Imhotep gets a wooden stake. Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
Would he be able to know how to use it, though? That is serendipitous, if I don't say so myself.
Well, it's a tough one, because if you think about it, he's much older than Dracula. Dracula's obviously centuries and centuries old, but Imhotep is thousands of years old. So maybe he's gained some knowledge about vampires.
But he's also
from the Library of Alexandria.
When it existed, yes. But he's also got slow speed. It's also decaying, and he's got slow speed. So, you know,
that's true.
He does have undead resilience, basically immune to pain. So he's got an ungodly amount of defense. But nonetheless, that's a pretty good weapon to get as an opening.
But he is vulnerable when it comes to the scroll, where that's a source of power.
That's going to be the roll advantage we're going to do in just a moment. So Dracula gets a chloroform rag. Okay.
So that would be ineffective, I believe.
Probably. But it's not at disadvantage. It doesn't damage him. So if he would have gotten the stake, we would have to re-roll or redo this. All right. So what advantage does Imhotep get? He gets Moonlight Empowerment. Does that even do anything for him? Probably not.
No.
Ineffective. Oops. Sorry. So essentially he gets no buff. Whereas Dracula gets Unholy Recovery. Oof.
Wow.
That's... The Dracula's already OP.
Was... Yeah, exactly. He's practically a god.
Oh boy. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. But let's see what the handicaps are going to be. So, blind, impaired vision. So the mummy's blind now, just like Hyde was.
Yeah, but Hyde's at least fast. We'll see what the roll advantage is, but
yeah, we're gonna have to. What's the next one? Slow. Dracula's now probably as slow as Imhotep. They're basically evenly matched now.
This is interesting.
All right, but as Canuck here says, we have a roll advantage for either character, so let's find out what they get. So Imhotep, does he get the roll advantage? Yes, he does, very barely. So what is his roll advantage? The scroll is on one of the many urns. So, to activate, so the scroll is already hidden in many urns, so I would say instead of it being on him, it's hidden somewhere in the arena.
Okay. That is basically Dracula really needs to get that scroll, the scroll of Thoth.
Yes.
That's the source of power for Imhotep.
Exactly. So I think if it was 25 and below, he would have an autumn. That would be kind of a disadvantage because you know where it is at all times. You have to get close to the mummy. But if it's 26 and higher, which is the case here, it's hidden somewhere. Dracula has to find it. Otherwise, the mummy's like basically, indestructible.
Correct, yeah.
All right, but Dracula has his own roll advantage. I tweaked it slightly from what we discussed. So his roll advantage, 25 or under, Dracula becomes enamored by the sight of blood, creating temporary confusion, right? But if it's 26 or higher, he gains a small vitality boost because upon seeing the blood, he drinks the blood. So he's not completely disadvantaged from this advantage. So here we go. So that means somewhere in the opera house, there's like some sort of a body or something. Someone died. And
one of Eric's someone Eric left behind, I guess. Eric being Phantom of the Opera.
There we go. Exactly. So Dracula finds a body, he drinks it, and he gets some. It's like an energy drink. He's like perked up now. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go into the battle with the zombie. So
he's Italian?
Was I doing it Italian? My bad. I know.
Oh, you're good.
He's Romanian, and it wasn't Bela Lugosi Hungarian or something.
Exactly, yeah. Bela Lugosi was
I screwed it up, but I'm American, and that's okay.
No, you're good.
I'm a USA person. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So here we go. So both characters, they're inside the opera house. So essentially what happens, I guess, is that Dracula stumbles upon the opera house. He's like, oh, I guess I'll go ahead and fight this mummy character, wherever the mummy is. So, and then the mummy makes himself known. He comes out, either busts through the ground or something dramatic like that, and he's just like, ooh.
Oh, he breaks out of a random sarcophagus that.
Oh, you know what? If he's going to do that, Dracula busts out of his coffin. Both coffin, the coffin and sarcophagus are just like dropped from I don't know, or just like rolled in by their servants or whatever, and then they both open them, and then they meet face to face in the dead in the middle of the opera house. That's dramatic.
Yep.
Really dramatic. All right, so what exactly happens? I don't know how to spell sarcophagus. There we go. All right, so how do we start this battle?
Wait, did we do weapons already?
Yeah, they both have weapons.
We had the stake and the chloroform. You're right.
Exactly. I don't think we're missing anything else.
No.
I think we have. They're in the opera house, so I think if anything, I guess we can roll to see which character strikes first. No, I mean by virtue, Imhotep is higher than Dracula on the initial roll, so Imhotep goes first. So Imhotep is going for Dracula, but he's doddering and slow, but so is Dracula, unfortunately, because of the disadvantage he gets at the beginning.
Exactly. Otherwise, Dracula wouldn't have any issue. Super fast.
So they're basically two old men just like coming at each other. Very old. So yeah, so Dracula, he's hundreds and years old, he's centuries old, but now age has catched up to him, I guess. Yep. So he hasn't had blood in a while. He got a little boost from the body. He's perked up, but he's still like, well, it's not enough for me to get close to the mummy. So, but they're coming at each other at a snail's pace, I guess.
Does Imhotep even bleed? Do you bleed?
Oh, I don't think so. He's dust. He just farts dust.
Yeah.
I think it's time for an additional situation roll. What do you think?
Yeah.
Additional outcome roll, because at this point they're just like, all right, let's see what happens here. 24 temporary. So okay, one of the characters gets a temporary buff.
Okay, that makes it interesting.
All right, so let's even
depending on what
the odds a little. Let's make things interesting here. All right. So what kind of buff do they get? 16? That is an E.
Emotional trigger, boost focus or aggression.
Okay. So they'll perk up. So one of the characters is going to perk up. They're not going to be as slow. But who gets
So
the buff?
the triggering event is we'll find out who gets it first, right?
Yeah, we got to be able to find out who gets that. So
Yeah.
So Emotep gets a 25.
25.
Dracula gets a 29. So Dracula
29.
gets this.
Okay, so the emotional trigger is
hold on. So it's either you or me who gets to determine what happens here.
Oh,
so
okay.
I roll a 32. You get
you.
15, so it's gonna be me. All right. So Dracula all of a sudden gets a sudden boost of aggression. Turns out that blood he drank is pretty much a high quality kind of blood. At first, it didn't really give him much of an energy boost, but then all of a sudden he's like, "Whoa!" Now he's able to get, he's ready to go. So he's able to pick up his speed a bit more, and then he lunges at the mummy. But is he able to do anything with that lunge? He does!
Ooh, 29.
So Dracula gets a small boost and gets more energy to lunge. And what would Dracula's signature punch be? I guess he would just be punching him, right? Or would he push him?
Yeah.
He's more of a gentleman.
I guess, yeah.
Or does he slash at him? I would say he slashes at him.
He's long nails. He's got long nails, so he could do that. You don't see too much of Dracula in combat, it's a lot of, putting spells on people and manipulating people and taking over their mind. Or it depends on what form he's in too, right? Because he can shapeshift. So,
all right. Well, in this case, he slashes at him, and Emotep, because he's a crumbly old mummy, his body kind of crumbles a little bit.
Yeah.
At his shoulder area.
Another thing we could have done as well, just for fun. The Scroll of Thoth is on his persons, and you have to more of the wrapping, the mummy wrap has to be removed to expose the.
But we rolled, and it's just like
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it would have been in. But anyway,
the other emotional trigger for Dracula, I thought that would be pretty funny, was Imhotep knocks over some blood, so Dracula cries over spilled blood.
I mean, that's possible, because Emotep, and now it's his turn to fight. So Emotep is just like, all right, he gets damaged on the left side of his shoulder area, but he's able to recover just fine because he's got resilient strength. Dracula's powerful, but Mummy is just as powerful, I would think. So what does Emotep do?
Pretty much immortal, actually.
Virtually. Emotep, though, unfortunately, he rolled a 13, so Emotep doesn't really do much. At this point, he recognizes that Dracula's strong, and he starts retreating. He's like, all right, I gotta find a way to take care of this guy. And, oh, by the way, he still has that wooden stake. But he doesn't know what to do with it, because he rolled a 13. Emotep is stunned and retreats.
Yeah.
But he still has that advantage. If he would have rolled higher, he would have lunged at Dracula and stabbed him with that stake, and that probably would have been it.
Although he moves slowly, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, Dracula would probably have a chance to evade or not.
Yeah, he gets an extra roll to potentially evade.
Yeah, but the mummy's a pussy, so it runs away. Alright, so Dracula, but Dracula, he's able to catch up to him because he's got that boost, right? So Mummy runs away fast enough to be able to go around the corner and hides in some spot in the opera house, but he doesn't get too far. So Dracula has an opportunity to go ahead and try to find out where he's at.
And let's be honest, he stands out because he's like 7 feet tall or whatever. So
you talking about the Mummy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not very effective.
He's hiding behind the curtain, but you can see his feet under.
Tries to hide behind curtain, I like that. But Dracula sees his feet.
You can't see me.
You can't see me.
I see you behind the curtain.
I can even smell you. When's the last time you had the bath?
You don't bathe.
You don't bathe at all. All right. This is kind of goofy. I was expecting something more epic.
You gotta just sometimes throw in stuff like that, you know?
Nah, it's all good. All right, so Dracula cop to the mummy. He's behind a curtain. So what is... So I think Dracula has an advantage here. What do you think? Or do you think we have to roll for this one?
I think Dracula has the advantage. He has an opportunity to strike directly, or use the environment, or use the curtain, perhaps.
Well, all right. Maybe. Sounds like we got to roll for it.
He wraps the mummy, even, you know, with the curtain. And that gives him a little bit more time to search for the scroll.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and give that to him. So Dracula wraps up mummy. He was already wrapped up in the curtain and looks for scroll. All right, so Dracula's on the prowl. He's gone away from the mummy. He's like, I could not defeat this guy without the scroll. So he goes and tries to find the scroll. We don't know where the scroll is, though.
It's in some urn somewhere.
I'd say there are 2 events that happen, so Dracula's got one more event.
There's 3.
Roll.
Okay, yeah.
We put 3 to 5. Let's do 3. So there are 2 different events. Mummy running away, mummy hiding behind the curtain. So now there's one more situation left before Dracula. We roll to see if Dracula can find that scroll. So let's see here. So Dracula, he's off doing his own thing. So what does the mummy do? Can he break out of that curtain, or can he not? Nope. Mummy's still wrapped in curtain. What a worthless.
What if the mummy uses his turn? He pulls out a phone and calls Van Helsing.
Oh man, I wish we could have done that. That would have been fun.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Can I use a lifeline? Van
Helsing.
Pull the audience. What should you do? Use the damn steak.
Throw some garlic at his face.
He doesn't have garlic, but he has the steak though. Oh man! All right. Well, mummy used up his turn. So Dracula, he's looking for that scroll somewhere. Does he find it though? He finds it. This is a really short match.
Oh man!
How sturdy is the scroll? It's just literally a piece of paper, right? Piece of parchment paper.
Yeah.
So he just tears that shit up, doesn't he?
It's not looking too good.
Because there's nothing mystical about the scroll itself. So if it's just that flimsy, then Dracula could just either rip it up, or he goes to like an open flame and just lights it, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, but he finds
the
scroll.
It literally says something about the magic words by which Osiris is back from the dead or something like that.
I see. Well, given the mummy is this stupid, I guess, the mummy just hid the thing in his sarcophagus.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, because I can't spell sarcophagus. Finds it in sarcophagus because mummy dumb. Oh, my goodness. Tears it up. It doesn't do anything maybe dramatic or may. You want him to tear up, or you can light it on fire?
No fire.
No fire? Okay, so he just tears it up. Mummy loses immortality.
Yeah.
So now he's essentially immortal now. Power.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's it. So now Dracula's just like, he's just sauntering along like, oh, dum-de-dum-de-dum, I destroyed the scroll, dum-de-dum, where's the mummy? Still wrapped up in the curtain that I wrapped them up with.
Now he can find, now he can use the chloroform.
Do you think that's even effective? All right, fine. So so hold on. Mummy still has a turn. So let's see here. So Dracula just walks back casually to where the mummy is, and the mummy's like wrapped up. Does the mummy get out of the curtain? Yes, he does. Mummy tears out a curtain.
Yeah. He still has his strength.
And he found his strength somehow.
He's slow, but he has his strength. But he is mortal now.
Now he's Nord. Yeah, now. This is very interesting. I didn't think this would happen. So now he tears out of the curtain. Now they're facing head on. but Mummy basically used his turn up by getting out of that curtain thing. So now Dracula has an opportunity to strike Mummy again. He caused some damage because he's supernatural. He's got super strength. But now there's no scroll involved. So what does Dracula do here? Here's the thing. Should we do an additional outcome, or should we just go ahead and roll to see if Dracula damages him?
I think we can roll to see if Dracula damages him. And that opens up the possibility for... Because the mummy's in trouble now.
Yeah.
So I think there might be a sidekick opportunity coming up.
Absolutely. Possibly. That could potentially save Mummy, or it couldn't, just like with poor Hyde. So Dracula, does critical damage to the Mummy. So what kind of critical damage does Dracula do to the Mummy? That's pretty high. 33 is a pretty high number, so...
It's a good question.
I'd say he wouldn't use fire at all. He wouldn't casually find a torch and just be like, all right, now you're on fire.
Yeah.
Or just they take a slab or take something from the opera house and just slam it against his head.
That might work as well, yeah.
Let's see. We can make it dramatic. If he sets him on fire, that sets up the opportunity for the opera house to be caught on fire, too.
Oh, Eric is like, what happened while I was gone?
I know, my poor opera house. I lend it to you bastards, and this is what you do. Now I'm homeless.
I'm ruined. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's say he burns him. That sounds interesting. Dracula takes a torch and burns Mummy. Mummy flails. And is basically charred. So now he's critical. Mummy is now critical. So what do we do if it's critical? We get the sidekick out. So where's Imhotep's little... And we changed this at the last second, too.
Yeah, we did, yes.
The Nubian.
The Nubian, yep. That's in the film, in the original film.
All right.
He basically becomes Imhotep's servant. Imhotep does a spell and takes over.
And he becomes his little loyal sycophant servant or whatever.
Exactly.
So he could perform incantations to empower the Mummy or protect the sacred scroll. There is no scroll anymore.
There's no scroll, yeah.
Yeah. So
there's not a whole lot of how much is going to help him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to figure out something. So roll 26 or more.
Wait, the stake is still in play, right?
The stake is still in play. Yeah, so all hope is not lost. I mean, the sidekick can...
He hands the stake off to him, and then...
Hey, if he gets 26 or higher, that's exactly what the Mummy does. Yeah. So let's see.
Like, here, take this.
Nope. So the sidekick is no help at all. So the Nubian shows up, but doesn't have scroll to protect, and looks at the barbecue well done Mummy with concern. He's like, I showed up and yeah, there's not much I could do here, boss. I think you're kind of
yeah.
All right, so what does Dracula do, though? Let's find out.
Well, here's an opportunity. 28.
Dracula has to get rid of this Nubian guy.
Yeah.
I think Dracula...
Try to bite him and get blood.
Yep. Takes Nubian and drinks his blood. Essentially making him his servant now. Wouldn't that be correct?
Yeah. He can either do it by casting that effect, the glamour effect that vampires can do. Dracula does it a lot in the movie, in the original Bela Lugosi one. And you always see that. And then, or bites him, which turns him to a vampire.
Well, we got to pick one or the other. So I think it's interesting if Nubian is now a servant to Dracula.
He's going to be either way, no matter what.
So that means Dracula has a second sidekick.
Unless no. We have to roll to see if Dracula drinks too much of his blood that he dies, or he stops enough.
All right, you want to roll for that? So what are the
roll for
conditions
that.
then? 26 and up is what? Becomes a servant,
26
right?
servant. He becomes a vampire, and so he's the and then below that is he's drained.
He's dead. All right, let's roll for that. What happens to the Nubian? He's drained. Nubian is drained and dead. Dracula does not get a second sycophant.
But now that he's refilled on blood, now he has additional strength and focus. And
all right, well, Mummy's basically charred now, so
this is about to be over.
This is pretty much over. There's nothing that the Mummy can do. When you're basically a piece of charcoal on the ground, you can't do anything. I think we got to call it, man. Dracula won.
Nope. Dracula won.
So Mummy just crumbles into dust. Dracula wins. I mean, we knew that Dracula was probably going to win on some level, but this was pretty brutal. He just basically made mincemeat out of the Mummy. He didn't really put up much of a fight, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah. And to be fair, it just worked out because of the scroll. Once the scroll's gone out of the equation, then big trouble for
exactly
Imhotep.
But you know what? Mummy, I would say you put up a good fight, but you didn't. So
yeah. Normally he would, I think, but that based on what our parameters and rolling and everything, this is just how it is. So
yeah, no, I mean this makes things interesting. So then, when this matchup happens, Wolfman versus Dracula. But now we have to decide who's going to come in the semifinals. So the next match is Gillman versus the Monsters. All right, so now we roll. What location are these characters going to be fighting in? 20. Where's that? That's
the Village Inn.
This is the Invisible Man's lair.
Invisible Man. Yeah, that would be in Wales or in England.
Yeah, so it's a snowy location, so they're fighting in snow. That's not an advantage for either character. Technically, the monster, yes, because if you go by the book, he does live in this tundra, winter place. We're strictly going by the movies, so he doesn't experience that. So that may be a factor we could add if we wanted to. We can even roll on it. So
of course, Gillman, in water is what would be ideal.
Would he be able to prevail in ice water?
I don't know.
I think that would be interesting if he could.
One. That's a tough one.
I know that's not really his place. He's used to
he's from the Amazon.
Yeah, he's more of a warm-blooded creature. Is he a warm-blooded creature or is he cold-blooded? If he's cold-blooded, he's he's going to be basically frozen.
Yeah, I think this could be... Yeah, this could be tough.
This could be the deciding factor, but nonetheless, let's find out what weapons each character... Oh yeah, Dracula never uses chloroform rag. He doesn't carry it over to the next match, just to make it clear.
Yeah.
All right, so Gillman gets a silver bullet, which is completely worthless. What does the monster get? A silver knife? Okay, like a kitchen knife?
Yeah.
Okay, none of these weapons benefit these characters.
It doesn't really, no.
It doesn't change anything. All right, so what about the buff? The Gillman gets cursed resilience. Okay. We'll have to determine what that means for this character. Resilience is the operating word here. Unholy recovery. I mean...
Oh, man.
I mean, the monster's already got pretty good strength.
He's already,
defense. So Gillman's going to have a hell of a time now. But what handicaps do they get? Gillman gets vulnerable in sunlight. No, let's reroll. We have no sunlight in our matches. Yeah. Exhausted and fatigued.
Oh, wow.
This is not good. Already.
Which in the movie and all that, when he's not in the water, he weakens. On land over the minutes and so forth. So he really has to. He's going to have to move quick.
Yeah, and we have to
time is not on his side.
Yeah, and plus on top of that too, he's not in a water-prone area. He could potentially find one in the Ipping village area, but we have to roll to see if that's even possible.
Yes, the inn swimming pool.
The inn swimming pool. And vulnerable to that means
Electricity.
the roll advantage is probably nullified for the monster.
Wow.
So, because the monster's roll advantage is a thunderstorm bruise strikes him, he gets a temporary surge of power. But if he's vulnerable to electricity, it won't do anything.
Yeah. It'll hurt him.
It would even hurt him. So this is interesting now. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the roll advantage. So Gilman in particular, since he's not in a water area, which he's already at a disadvantage in general. There's only one water area. So we're going to have to roll. Yeah, this character is kind of... But let's find out. Does he get an advantage? No. No, so he's weakened. What about the monster, though? So as we mentioned, the monster's got this thing where you strike lightning strikes him and he becomes surged with power. So Storm Bruise, but he's got this vulnerability here. So let's find out what happens to him exactly.
29. Whoa.
This is very interesting. So now we have...
Now Gilman has a little bit of a chance.
A little bit, yes. So now we're going to have to roll once in a while to see when the lightning strikes him and if that hurts him throughout the course of battle.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Oh, and another thing too. In The Invisible Man, both the movie and the book, it primarily is in this, basically this little motel, the inn. So we're going to have to roll if they're inside or they're outside. So 26 and above, they're inside. 25 and below, they're outside. You agree?
Agreed.
Here we go. Let's find out. They are outside.
Yep, outside.
Alrighty then. So it's freezing cold as hell. Their balls are frozen solid.
Is it so cold that any pond or creek or lake or something nearby would be frozen too? Because then Gilman, if he can get into the water, then...
Well, he doesn't have a roll advantage, so that means that there's no body of water nearby. So that's my interpretation of it. Because let's review his roll advantage again. So the roll advantage is... if on land, there are no disadvantages to not being in the water. So if he would have rolled a 26 or above, then we would have been able to say there is a lake nearby and he can go in there, jump in, and regenerate. So we would have been able to make something up because the primary location is land, but we make up a water location. Not the case. Gilman's kind of
He is.
But so is the monster. So how does this battle start? They're both outside. It's freezing cold. But here's the thing. Right now, the monster has unholy recovery, so it's cold outside, but the monster is not really slowed down too much by it. Gilman, it's cold. There's no water. He's exhausted. I mean, what the hell can Gilman do?
Yeah, monster would go right for the attack, obviously. And Gilman would also have to go immediately for an attack because he has to use what little energy he has, even though he's already exhausted and fatigued. It's going to amplify exponentially the longer he's outside of water, rather.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he can get to a water source, he's got minutes.
Yes. So supreme disadvantage. I think the battle may be decided by now, but let's see. Let's see if he's got a fighting chance here. So Gilman, nope, he's under 26. So that means Gilman tries his best to damage the monster, but fails. Gilman swipes at monster, does little damage. The monster's just like, huh? What's this all about? I thought we were buddies.
Why you tickle me?
Why you tickle me? Oh my goodness. All right, so now it's Frankie's turn. So Frankie. Oh, look 39.
At that. Wow.
So basically, Frankenstein takes Gilman and throws him against a building, and it crashes right through. I
What is
think,
it? The inn?
yeah, I get the monster. I'm just gonna put the monster. The monster takes Gilman and throws him against a building.
Into the inn.
against the inn,
Yeah.
creating a big hole.
Yeah. In the living common area downstairs.
He's critically wounded, man. They ain't no way.
Invisible Man pops his head in and he's like, quiet down, I'm working on my experiments.
No, he pops his head and goes like, toasty!
Oh, yeah. Good reference.
Oh, Jesus. So Gilman had no chance whatsoever. But you know what?
Yeah.
But it's not all over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings, all that stuff, whatever. So, the creature, Gilman, has a sidekick. It's a Lago Hatchling. Basically, like, Godzuki comes out to help him.
Godzuki.
It's Gilman's Godzuki.
That's great.
Oh, God. So it just comes out of somewhere. I don't know. Like, comes out of a pod that he brought along. He's like, so, does the creature
Part of belong to the United Kingdom in winter? There's no water nearby.
So the sidekick, I don't know. Can the sidekick do anything? Let's find out. Yeah. The sidekick actually was smart to bring a reserve of water, like a water suit.
Mm.
So he quickly puts it on the Gilman, and now the Gilman, even though he's fatigued, he's not in his element. Now he has a water suit on, so now he's back to what his normal regular strength would be.
Yeah, which is quite strong. Actually, he's very powerful, especially in the sea. In the film, you can see his strength, and he shakes the boat. A whole bunch of things he can do. So, and he is fairly intelligent too.
All right, so this changes the battle now, the battle dynamic. All right, so after that, it's been how many events? So the monster threw Gilman against so he's got 2 more turns, I think. Monster before lightning has to strike, because we're in the middle of not just a snowstorm, but somehow a thunderstorm.
Yes,
the weather anomalies are off the charts here. So
somehow.
Yeah, somehow, some way. So anyway, so the monster just walks up to the big hole he created, and he sees the Gilman with a suit of water, and he's like, "Woo!" He's kind of like, So I think we should introduce an additional outcome. What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, where is it? I gotta organize this thing better. Okay, additional outcome roll now. So let's introduce a new interesting outcome here. 29. So this is a cinematic effect.
Alrighty.
All right, so what kind of cinematic effect are we going for here? 13. So 13 is what? D. Opponent is momentarily caught off guard by spectacle. All right.
Again.
Yeah, well, we'll see who gets this spectacle. So Gilman gets a 19. The monster gets a 10. Oh, Gilman's at an advantage. So who gets to declare the situation that unfolds here? Yankee or Canuck? Yankee rolls a 16, whereas the Canuck rolls a 37. So Canuck here gets to decide what Gilman uses his advantages towards.
Let's see. Cinematic effect.
So picture this. The monster is
what
back
he's
in
going
the
to do, he's going to, in the end, he's going to actually attack the whole plumbing system, and it floods the entire inn.
What?
It basically causes a massive pool of all the flooded water.
The small tiny village has plumbing?
Yes.
In the late 19th century?
Of course.
Okay, I'll take your word. I don't know anything, so I'll take your word for it. Okay, so the monster wrecks the inn plumbing.
And it basically floods the floods the inn and surrounding area, causing a pool of water that he could use to his advantage. However, excuse me, that pool of water will freeze after a few minutes.
So the monster being the monster just destroys shit and ends up causing. And what is this, water? Is this sewage? What kind of? We're just dealing with water.
Yeah, let's do water, and it's mixing with the snow, so it's so there's a lot of water, but it will freeze in a few minutes.
Alrighty.
So Gilman has a buff now, an advantage, but it's very temporary.
There you go. So that's. Yeah, because this is the advantage for Gilman. That is correct. So on top of having his water suit, now he has access to water for a limited period of time on top of it.
Yeah.
And so does the hatchling, because the hatchling came into this environment with no water. Now it's swimming in water, so that too is revitalized. So the Gilman...
But the other thing is, we know that the creature, Frankenstein's monster, is afraid of water.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Well, because he throws a little girl in the water in the movie and the book. So
yeah,
he's also afraid of fire because the windmill thing that happens at the end.
Oh yeah.
And as we mentioned too in the book, it's not in the movie, but in the book, he lives in like some Arctic area, so it's familiar territory to him. But we're not going to include that. We're just going to do the movie stuff. So there you go, water and fire.
But I guess he's not really. I mean, I just made that up, kind of. Afraid of water. I was just trying to help Gilman out, I was like, man, Gilman.
Well, canonically, according to this, he's vulnerable to fire, so that has not been introduced.
Fire is accurate for sure. I can't think of he's not. It doesn't have an issue with water because he's walking in the rain a lot. Although he sees his reflection in the movie, right, and that messes him up a bit.
Okay,
so he gets distracted when he sees his face in the water.
Okay, well, maybe that could be an element, but I think Monster did his thing. He created an advantage for Gilman, but I think it's Monster's turn. What do you think?
Yeah.
He may have caused the situation. Does he get himself out of it? What does Monster do? Nope. The Monster's just like, kind of like, oh, water. Is taken aback. I wouldn't say he's terrified, but he's taken aback at the sight of water.
Yeah.
And maybe the Godzuki kicks his shins. How do I spell the Godzuki?
Or Frankenstein's monster goes, I need life jacket.
I know. It's really, really flooded, right? So is it like knee deep, or how deep are we talking?
Yeah.
Okay, that's knee deep.
But yeah, of course, monster's very tall.
All right, so that's the second. So we got one more event for the monster before lightning comes in the picture, and now we have water. Uh-oh. It's not looking good for both of them. Let's just be completely honest. But depending on where lightning strikes, I think, well, here's the thing. If they're both in water, the lightning's going to strike the monster, and it's going to hit both of them.
Yeah.
Unless Gilman somehow gets out of the water. So that's an interesting element we just introduced now. And plus, but they're inside the inn, so monster has to be outside in order for the lightning to take effect. So Gilman has to do something.
Monster's not inside the inn, though, right?
I believe they are, aren't they? He wrecks the inn plumbing.
Monster threw Gilman inside the inn. The inn
Yes.
flooded the place somehow inside. Monster's still outside.
Oh, I was under the impression he was inside. Now he's outside? Okay. So Monster's outside, and the Gilman's still inside, but he's all suited up. He's ready to go. Now he's covered in water. He's surrounded by water as well as Monster.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's Gilman's turn. So what does Gilman do now that he's revitalized and back in the game? He does absolutely nothing. Gilman throws
the rubber ducky in the water.
No. He throws. Well, as a matter of fact, he does have the weapon. So he takes the silver bullet.
The bullet by itself, he doesn't.
And throws it by hand. Does no damage to monster. Doesn't even distract him.
Well,
Just-
it'd be like,
it just
"Ooh,
bop- it just
silver
bops off."
bullet."
No, he just bops off his head. Boink.
Yep. Yep.
And let's not forget, Gilman does have cursed resilience. So on top of being revitalized, he's now able to be. He's more resilient than he was before. He's basically back to working order.
True, but he is exhausted and fatigued as the handicap.
That's true. So that cancels itself out. There you go.
But he's also in the water now, so
he's basically back to prime strength. This is where he's back to baseline strength.
But time is not a. But once he's out of the water, time is a factor.
Yeah, but he's got the water suit on. Remember?
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that has to have a limitation, or the Frankenstein's monster can break the suit.
That's what I mean. The monster has to basically tear a hole in the suit, and all the water comes out.
What's the monster's weapon?
It's equally useless. It's like a silver knife
that can damage the suit.
Ooh, that is a good point.
Causes the water to leak out.
It's not as worthless as I thought it was.
Yeah.
All right, well, Gilman basically squandered his opportunity here for this comeback that was granted to him by the gods. So what does the monster do? So this is his last opportunity to do something before lightning is introduced, and that's going to be devastating if it rolls in his favor. So monster, oh wow, that's devastating. Oof. Remember what we just talked about, using the knife to tear a hole in that suit? I think he does just that. What do you think?
That's what happens, yeah.
Monster tears a hole in Gilman's suit. All water leaks out. So so all that suit really did was just bump him up, but now it's gone. So So now he's only got a few turns before he's back to being supremely fatigued without that water advantage. He still has the water, but like you said, it'll be frozen.
Yeah.
Oof, now this is getting interesting. That again, little Godzuki, he can't do much, I think. Let's come up with a thing for sidekicks that can only be used once per battle, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so Godzuki, he can't do anything but watch his precious Gilman probably die. Or prevail, you never know. So, all right, Godzuki just is in the sidelines. So what does Gilman do in retaliation, though? Oh, let's see.
31.
So that means while the water's leaking out, he finds a way to patch it. He's got some water in there, but it's not full of water. You know what I mean?
Or he goes back and picks up the silver bullet.
And what does he do? Just jams it in his head?
He's like, I'm gonna try one more time, and he throws it.
No, 31. He can damage the monster or help himself. I'd say I'd say if he has a water suit on, he's got to patch that suit up as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I put all water leaks out. Well, here's the problem. I already put all water leaks out.
Okay, then
he fills the water with some of the water from the plumbing and then patches it up. So there's some water in there.
Or he just submerges his body in the pooling water that's there in the rubble of the inn, and just to get like reserves of water on his body. That'll buy him a little bit more time before he has to get out of the water when they have to face off.
Okay. So he's got 1/3 water in the suit by doing that?
Yeah.
All right. Just some water, like that bought him some time, as you mentioned. All right. So Gilman, he's still in the game. He's not going down without a fight.
Nope.
Uh-oh. But what does that mean? It means electricity is going to come into play now. Because now that Frankenstein's got the roll advantage, now we got to roll to see if lightning strikes Frankenstein. If he does, we got to find out the ramifications of that, don't you think?
But it's going to strike and hit everybody because there's water everywhere.
Exactly. So let's see if that even happens. Nope. Lightning, you hear thunder, but lightning does not strike. So and we also have to come up with a time frame too for when the water's going to be frozen if this battle goes on a little longer.
2 more turns.
2 more turns. And lightning. 2 more turns. So when should lightning strike then?
in 2 more turns.
2 more turns. So basically 1 more chance for lightning to strike, and if not, we'll roll to see if water froze.
Yeah.
Sounds fine with me. All right, so after that, Monster. What does Monster do in retaliation if he doesn't? Oh, 32.
32. Okay.
Monster, let's just get this thing over with a little quicker. He tears the suit outright. Gilman has no suit anymore.
Rips it out. And before he does that, he actually, when he was walking up to him, he squished Gilzuki.
Gilzuki, I love it. Tears up suit
Squished.
and squishes Gilzuki. I love that Gilzuki. Oh my god. I love this. Good. This is so fun.
We need to get a picture of Gilzuki.
Gilzuki.
Let's get a thumbnail.
Oh man.
Yeah, we'll get some sound effects too.
Yeah, exactly. Gilzuki dies. I mean, he had no way of doing anything anymore. He used up his turn. So.
It's just like the classic cartoon. You see this big shadow hovering over him. He's like,
like a Monty Python skid, like the Bigfoot.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, my God. All right, so Monsters got an advantage again. Gilman is back to being fatigued. Well, he'll be fatigued in a moment. He still is glistening water.
Yeah.
So let's see what Gilman does. I mean, if there's anything this guy can do, he has no suit. 30. So he does not have the suit anymore. He no longer has that advantage throughout the rest of the match, but he manages to do a strike and does a pretty good amount of damage against the monster.
Okay.
So what exactly would Gilman do, though?
Well, he has claws, so he his hands are big. He's got these giant claws that come out of him. So
okay.
He just jams the claws in the monster's face, including the eyes.
Oh, he does like that, the eye gouging?
Yeah, eye gouging.
Okay, so he avenges Gilzuki by gouging the monster's eyes out with his fins, with his clawed fins. That is a pretty good advantage. So now the monster's temporarily blinded.
Yes. The monster starts crying.
And cries. All right. So. This is so
But
cool.
Gilman has, he's still, even though he, got this hidden monster's temporarily wounded, but Gilman is towards the end, right? That's because we did call him the sidekick for that reason. Talking
about Gilzuki?
Yeah, you only get the sidekick if you're, near the end, basically.
Yeah, which happened at the very beginning of the match. So
yeah, so
but
he's about to be defeated. So he had some good rolls after that allowed him to last a little bit longer. But now we're gonna have to wait and see.
The probability is pretty much on Gilman's side. He was able to be pretty resilient up to this point, and now he's blinded the monster, so he does have a fighting chance. But with a monster, he's still blinded. Monster is still blinded. He squashed Gilzuki. I don't know. Is still blinded, flails about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the monster is pretty good when it comes to, like, strength and defense and all that stuff, but man, the rolls are not in his favor today.
Yeah.
And what do we hear that from across the distance? Thunder.
Thunder. Lightning
would strike. Lightning is set to strike. Thunderstruck! Yeah, Angus Young just comes in. He just dances with his little schoolboy outfit on.
Yeah.
Brian Thompson just squealing out those lyrics.
Yeah, Brian Johnson.
All right, so monster still blinded, flails about. So Gilman has an opportunity to do another strike, I think. But Gilman strikes again, but he doesn't do as much damage as he thinks. So the monster's back is to Gilman. He slashes at the back, but it doesn't do much damage.
No. I think the monster now has to be in like a rage mode. He's just fed up.
Yeah, I agree. He's done with the And I think the lightning's coming a little closer. And we still have the water. It's not quite frozen yet. It's about to be there.
Yeah,
so
one
let's
more turn.
One more turn. They're both knee deep in water, by the way. So lightning does not strike. And monster is not blinded anymore.
He's not blinded anymore. And then he picks up Gilzuki's body and throws it in his face.
His mangled body.
Yeah, that way I kind of feel bad.
Gilman power.
We went too far, man.
Oh yeah, so Gilman is incapacitated, or is at least he's dazed.
Yeah, he's shocked. He can't believe someone would do such a thing.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So yeah, monster's pretty banged up. Gilman, I think if you have your sidekick flailed at you, you'd be pretty knocked out, wouldn't you? Especially since this little thing probably has claws too.
You would lose a turn. You'd lose a turn. So that means the monster now gets 2 turns.
All right, so let's see what happens here for the monster. Monster, monster's energy is used up.
Okay, so 13 is he just points and laughs.
But he I like that. Okay, now should we roll one more time for lightning? Just to see, because I'm curious to see if lightning is going to strike.
Is it lightning time, or is it one more turn and then a lightning round?
Let's see here. Well, based on this is why I'm documenting this.
Yeah.
Lightning doesn't strike. Monster tears up suit. That was the last time.
Yeah, we gotta do lightning.
We did lightning, I think, a turn ago, but let's do another lightning. Let's see if there's lightning strike. Nope. Oh, so now it's time to determine, is the water frozen or not?
Yes, it's gotta be.
Nope.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. So, all right.
Now Gilman.
The Gilman. What happens to the Gilman? He cries. Man cries. And
what? I don't think he can spare the fluids.
Oh, he does, unfortunately. He does, using up his water. And crippling him, because that's a pretty low roll, man. 6 is pretty low. So that's pretty devastating.
True, yeah. There has to be a consequence for that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So he's already fatigued. Now he's further fatigued because of the death of Gilzuki.
Yeah.
Now he's depressed. He's not physically fatigued. Now he's depressed.
Oh man.
He's down in the dumps.
Yeah.
What does Monster do at this situation though? Oh no. I think the Monster's had enough of Gilman. What do you think?
Yeah. 31.
That's pretty devastating, man.
I think he just rips his head off his body.
You want to? Yeah, 31's pretty high, so I grant you that. Monster goes up and rips. Well, that's what Wolfman did to Jekyll. He ripped his head off. So
then he rips both of his. He rips his arms off and stabs the claws into his head.
Mortal Kombat victory.
Yeah.
He doesn't have he doesn't have his sidekick anymore because his body was thrown at him and he cried over it. And that's it. That is the match. Monster wins. I was really hoping for lightning. That didn't happen, but the Monster prevailed. That would have been so fun.
There was an opportunity for a stalemate or something,
There was, and we would have to have done an additional outcome roll if we had to.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
But you know what? This was pretty interesting. The introduction of Gilzuki was very cool.
Yeah. We kind of did Gilman a little dirty, but it is what it is. I mean, the rolls are the rolls. So.
Hey, he went pretty far. I thought he'd be dead on arrival. He went pretty far.
That's true.
I mean, he was not a pushover, so I give Gilman that. Nonetheless, it was not enough for him to win. Yeah. So, Monster goes to the next round. So now, this is actually appropriate. Now we have the Invisible Man versus the Phantom of the Opera. Two mere mortals. Both have stealth attacks. One is invisible, the other one can hide very effectively in the shadows. This is a very, very good matchup, actually.
This is a cool matchup, yeah. This is one of the best. You know, I mean, Eric has, you know, obviously these traps, and and all. We'll see what else they receive, but Griffin obviously invisible, but he's got to be naked to be invisible. So if he grabs a weapon, then you can see him where he is because he's holding it. So
yeah. Oh, that's another interesting thing. If he does get a weapon, but he does not have the advantage, that means you could see the weapon floating.
Yeah. So you know where he is then.
Yeah. So that means Griffin's got to have the wherewithal to know when to ditch the weapon.
Yeah.
So we'll decide all that. But first off, what location is this going to be set in 9?
Sure.
What's a 9? That is the burning windmill ruins. This is the aftermath of the windmill burned down. All right. And now let's go for weapons. Griffin gets a syringe. Ooh, he's a scientist. That could be very, very useful.
Yep.
What does Eric get? He gets an iron bar. Oh, that's brutal.
The burning windmill.
Was
all that fire?
Well, it's the ruins.
Okay,
it's the ruins. It's the aftermath.
There's still some embers and some heat.
Yeah, there could be embers. Yeah, sure.
So that wouldn't be very good for Invisible Man because he's naked.
Yeah, no. His wingy's gonna roast.
Help!
Okay, Griffin gets ancient knowledge. Okay, he's already very intelligent, but he also has the advantage of having ancient knowledge. And let's just say that he found the Scroll of Thoth and is able to, tape it together. He's able to read it and find out all its secrets.
But he doesn't gain immortality, though, from it.
He does not gain those advantages, but he gains the knowledge.
Knowledge, okay.
So he gets some ancient library of Alexandria, or he gets access to Dracula's library that has parchments and scrolls and books and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He somehow gains that knowledge somehow. So,
Dracula is very well read. He's had centuries to.
And Griffin broke in there buck naked. No one sees him. And is able to read his entire library reserves.
Yes.
What does Aura of Dread? So basically that just means that whenever Eric shows up or he's in the arena, he makes Griffin very, very anxious. And this is a guy that can set up traps. So that would make anyone very anxious. Like you're very skeptical of anything in this arena. Even if it's a burning windmill.
What are you going to step on? And, is there a trap here?
So you're hyper focused, but to a detriment, is what I imagine.
Yeah. It's a distraction too, ultimately.
Yeah, but let's find out here. Vulnerable at low health. I mean, Griffin is a mere mortal, so that means as soon as Eric strikes him, it's almost game over.
Yeah.
I would say instead of having an extra turn or two, if he gets hit at all, you summon the sidekick, and we're going to have to see if Thomas Marvel can save his ass.
Yeah.
With Eric, weakened strength, so he's not as strong. But Phantom of the Opera, he doesn't really have... He's already physically frail. He's not strong already in direct combat. So he's a limp noodle going into this battle. So the only thing he has really is his wits. He's hoping Griffin would fall for one of his traps.
Yep. Or he distracts him with music.
Yeah, he just sings really badly.
No, he's a good singer.
Oh, okay. But he's physically weakened, though. If you're physically weakened, you can't sing very well.
Oh, that's true. But he still okay, so yeah, he's just his intelligence and his traps.
Really, that's all Eric has. And Griffin, though, ancient knowledge, but he's basically one hit and he's down.
Yeah.
And he's already basically a mere mortal himself. But technically now, he's stronger than Eric.
He's pretty stealthy, though, so...
Only by virtue of being invisible. Eric has skills.
No, Eric is also stealthy.
Yeah, but Eric has them skills. Griffin is just invisible. That doesn't necessarily mean he's good at stealth. He's just naturally stealthy.
But he is, unhinged. Full
Also,
of anger and psychotic and murder.
Yeah, and so his paranoia will actually be a factor in this battle.
Yep.
So, and he could easily get caught in a trap.
Yep.
So Griffin's own mind will be used against him. But roll advantage for Griffin. Oh, that means he's completely unseen.
Oof.
So he essentially gets a first strike.
First strike, yeah.
Opportunity, and he already goes first. So now, I guess you could
say, going for a direct strike, or does he try to dismantle a trap that he sees or something, or goes right for it?
I would say he goes right for Eric. Yeah, he's got the first strike. He's already striking first, but this ensures that whatever strike he gives Eric is going to be devastating.
Yeah.
So, but what's the roll advantage for the Phantom? 14. He doesn't get a roll 14. Advantage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Eric doesn't have much going into this battle, unfortunately. So if he would have gotten that, he would have been hidden. So even if Griffin had that... So if Griffin has this first strike critical advantage, Eric would have been able to just be completely unseen, and Griffin would have missed entirely. But now he's wide open. Griffin is just going to come at him.
Yeah.
So how this opens... Griffin, completely invisible. So what does that mean for his syringe weapon? Obviously,
he doesn't even necessarily have to use it at this point.
But does he have it on him, or does he not have it on him?
He already used it on himself.
Okay. Oh, what was the syringe for?
Morphine. I don't know.
Okay.
Drugs or something, because he knew he was going to step on a trap, maybe? No,
okay,
well, know that ahead of time.
Well, tell you what, because he is prone to psychosis, maybe the thing is like basically like a way to calm him down, almost like a tranquilizer.
Maybe, yeah. The only thing is he doesn't know what's exactly in store, so maybe it was just a measure to take ahead of time, either for pain or like you said, to control that.
Okay,
he hasn't even used the syringe yet.
Okay, but if he doesn't, if he still has the syringe, you'll be able to see it on him because he's carrying it. But we rolled so he is completely undetectable. So we have to determine, what does that mean? Does that mean his clothes are invisible, or just him? Canonically, he's invisible, not his clothes.
Correct.
So either he uses a syringe on himself, or he hides it somewhere and uses it at a later point in battle.
That's true, yeah. The syringe is... Let's just say he left the syringe somewhere.
He hides syringe.
Yeah.
Because had he not had this roll advantage, he would have been running in like a dumbass with the syringe, and then Eric would be like, there he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it. I will censor that.
Yes.
Anyway. Griffin, hold on a second.
Eric Griffin. It's funny because it's a stand-up comedian.
I know. All right, Griffin, completely invisible, hides syringe in... Oh, no. Somewhere in the field. So we haven't determined what the syringe is yet, and let's just keep that a mystery for now.
Yeah.
Finds Eric.
Yeah.
Looking at the ruins. Unaware he's nearby.
See, Eric would definitely start setting up some traps underneath some of the ash and things like that. And...
Well, that's the thing, but yeah, that could be at play. Right now, Griffin has a first strike advantage.
He just throws a haymaker. He goes right in there and throws a haymaker.
All right. Eric is pummeled.
Yeah, falls right onto the ground, the ashy ground. I know where this is going to go.
Well, actually, weakened strength doesn't necessarily mean defense. It means he's physically not as strong. But
Eric is already
physically frail.
And
so he's close to critical now.
Yes.
Let's just be honest. He's close to
Oh,
critical.
man.
So Eric needs a good roll in his favor in order to
Let's get the roll. Let's get
kept
the roll.
close to a chance. All right, let's do it. So Eric does. Oof, no. This only allows him. He doesn't gain an advantage, but it's a 24. It's high enough. So Eric scrambles.
He attempts to throw some of the ash with embers in it in his in Griffin's face. But the wind actually blows it back into his own face. Whoops.
So basically, Eric disadvantages himself.
No, maybe we shouldn't add that.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Nah, it's hilarious. You called it. I'm putting it in there. That's canonically what happens. He throws him, the wind blows it back into the embers in his own eyes. He's like, ah.
Griffin has to. Now it's Griffin's turn. Oh man, this is gonna be bad.
Oh man, let's throw in a wild card here because the battle's probably gonna end pretty soon if we don't.
Well, if it's getting close to that, then we need to get the sidekick.
It will. That will be a thing. But he's not quite there yet. He's just basically blinded himself because he's an idiot.
Remember Invisible Man, like he's unhinged. He's, when he sees what happened, maybe his turn is actually laughing. Like, ha, look what you tried to do.
I would say he would only laugh if the roll is not in his favor. If he's at a favorable roll, he's got to really strike him. So
that's true. Yeah,
but I feel like the battle's probably going to end pretty soon. So let's add a little more meat to this bone here. So let's add an additional outcome. All right, so 26, that is a mystical scientific effect.
Oh, wow.
And what category? 20. So that means G. Monster briefly manipulates an object or force it to his advantage. Okay. All right, who gets this advantage? So Griffin rolls a 27. Eric rolls a 24. Oh, man. I think this battle's almost over.
It's almost over, yeah.
So let's see here. Well, we got the sidekick, but we'll find out that it's even going to be worth a damn. All right. Yankee rolls a 17. Canuck rolls a 3.
A 3? Oh.
So I determine what happens here. All right. So Griffin here manipulates an object or force to its advantage. Well, he's got that syringe. So he uses the time while Eric is temporarily blinded to find that syringe tucked away in the arena. He takes it, goes up to Eric, and jams it in his neck. Because it's a tranquilizer.
Oh, wow.
And he goes sleepy.
Goes sleepy time.
All right, so now I think it's time to introduce the sidekick for Eric. Because, he's pretty much down. You can't do anything when you're asleep. So, the sidekick in this case is the stagehand rat catcher. So, a deformed outcast who navigates the catacombs and maintains traps. So, they're not at the home court, which is the Opera House, which would have been a big advantage to Eric.
Absolutely. Yep.
But, they could still have a few aces up their sleeves. They still planned ahead of time.
Depends on the role, but there are quite a few things that he can do. I mean, he could.
There's still a lot to be done here, but does the sidekick make a difference? No.
9?
Yeah, so rat catcher
sets off traps to stop or slow an opponent's strike.
He sets the trap off prematurely.
Okay.
He sets a trap off prematurely. Griffin avoids it. So what kind of trap would it be? Let's say it could be something like it's a windmill, right?
Yeah.
So what's in a windmill typically? Would there be like
Well, is the windmill functioning?
It's charred, it's burned.
What is it? Because if it was turning, then maybe the trap is a rope trap where you get flung up and then you spin around.
Yeah, like a Home Alone trap.
Home Alone trap, yes.
So it's a rope trap with, I don't know, like some sort of a heavy object that swings at Griffin. Yeah, but of course Griffin is able to evade it, or because he's completely not be able to be unseen. Ratcatcher thought he got him, but it misses him entirely. So Griffin's at a major advantage now. And Griffin rolls a 36.
36.
So Griffin, being completely unseen, goes up behind the Ratcatcher, snaps his neck.
Yep.
This battle's already over, man.
Yep.
I'd say the only Hail Mary Eric has at this point is whether or not, if Griffin approaches him again, if a trap sets off of one of Eric's and does something to the Griffin. What do you think?
He was setting up so was he setting up something while...
There may be a trap on Eric's person. It's on his coat or something. Okay. And so his Griffin's probably trying to expose his chest.
The little thing on his lapel, and he squeezes it, and poison shoots out like the Joker.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah. I'd say let's give one to Eric, because Eric is pretty much limp noodle going into this whole thing. All right. Nothing worked.
All right, so now Griffin is turning his attention back to Eric, and it's Eric's turn. Eric's roll.
But what happens? Does Eric have any kind of advantage? No. If there was a trap, it just farts out a little spurt of smoke or something.
Yeah.
Eric had a trap smoke.
Yeah, the trap was a dud.
But it's a dud.
And now how does defeat on Eric's face?
Well, he's asleep. He's got the trank, remember?
Oh, the trank, yes.
So how does Griffin kill Eric? Because this is done.
Yeah.
Just tears him apart? Or he he could do he just takes one of the ruined piles of wood and just bludgeons him to death.
Yeah.
There you go.
Part of the windmill.
Part of a burned...
There's part of the windmill, and the board and the corner board is sharp, and he just...
And how do you spell legend? Hold on. There we go. Legends Eric to death. That's it. Griffin wins.
Griffin.
That was kind of pathetic on the part of Eric, but you know what? That's how the roll goes. That's how the roll goes.
Things could have been different if the roles were different, obviously, or if he was in the opera house, I think he would have had a great chance.
Absolutely, but unfortunately, it was Dracula and Mummy that took his place there, so Eric was out of luck. Griffin and Eric. Griffin was the decided victor here. All right, so here we go. Wolfman versus Dracula. That's a pretty decent matchup. Monster versus Griffin. I don't know, man. That can go either way. What?
I don't know. It's pretty one-sided, but we'll see. The invisibility, I think, will be the main thing.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, if anything, let's just go ahead and do these. So we have Wolfman versus Dracula. All right, guys, we got 3 more matchups, and we're going to have a victor pretty soon. So here we go. And what's is it Griffin? No, it's the monster versus Griffin.
The monster.
Okay. Then after that, we get to the finals, whoever that's going to be.
That's right.
And then we declare our first victor in Season 1 of Monster Mash Mayhem. All right, so let's do this. So, Wolfman versus Dracula. Where are they going to fight? 18.
18. That would be
Iping
the
Village.
inn once again.
We already did that. Let's try a different location.
Yeah.
18 again.
18. They really want us to.
15. No, we're not doing
Talbot
Iping Village.
Woods.
Stop it. 18. Okay. Oh my God. Stop it.
It has to. It wants the inn. 18.
You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Stop it.
Stop
it. Get some help.
I think it has.
Okay, I think I rolled a 13, but that was Talbot Woods. We already did 33. Okay, we're now at the tomb of Princess Anaka. This is the mummy's territory.
Yeah.
All right. My God. It was so insistent. No.
It was like in.
Good. Get back in the inn.
Like,
all right.
Man.
Wolfman, what weapon does he get? He gets no, let's pick another one. He got a spear last time. Garlic. That's a ooh.
Wow.
Already a big advantage there. What does Dracula get?
Yes.
He gets lab equipment. May or may not be useful. The buff, Undying Will. So this dude is so Wolfman is not going to give up.
Yeah.
Dracula has Unholy Recovery, so he's already really, really good with defense. Now he's able to recover like at a crazy. The garlic is probably going to do some damage, but he's probably able to. It's going to hinder him.
Annoyance. Yeah.
Yeah. But vulnerable. No, we're not doing sunlight. Fearful. Wolfman is fearful and panicking. We're not doing another one of that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Confused and disoriented. So you got one guy who's got crippling anxiety, and the other one who's got dementia or something, doesn't know where he's at.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this might be interesting. But now we got the roll advantage here. Wolfman has no roll advantage, so he does not have the benefit of the moon. Dracula, on the other hand,
29
gets a boost. So he finds a body again. I mean, having fought the mummy, I guess the Dracula's like, well, I might as well go and stumble upon his lair because he gets his keys or something. And he's able to figure out more or less how the area rolls, I guess. So he gets a small boost. All right. Now we're clearly inside. We're clearly inside the tomb. So the Wolfman stumbles in the lair, and Dracula's already there.
Yeah.
All right.
With his laboratory equipment.
Yeah, it's like one of those like situations where like it's like the movie Congo or something. It's like a really old area, but then they have all this high-tech equipment inside of it. Like they just set up shop there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things, or like in a video game, like in Tomb Raider or something.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway. So Wolfman is like just comes in, and Dracula's in the middle of like figuring out his lab equipment. He's trying to figure out, basically the secrets of the mummy, having overtaken the mummy.
He's read a lot of science books in the centuries he's been alive.
Yes. So he's not a scientist, but he's got some knowledge.
Yeah. He's got knowledge, yeah. And the Wolfman enters the tomb.
Yep. Wolfman has the first strike advantage. So what happens exactly?
Does he roll?
30.
Rolling a 30.
So Wolfman basically takes a piece of machinery and throws it at Dracula. Or is it machinery or is it just lab equipment, right?
Just lab equipment, yeah.
What kind of lab equipment are we talking here?
Bunsen burners, beakers, test tubes.
So he takes a Bunsen burner and throws it at Dracula?
I guess.
Let's do that.
Metric volumizer. What is it?
So he burns
all types of glassware.
Well, he throws a Bunsen burner, an active one, and it burns Dracula.
Basically, Dracula's got the whole Walter White set up there in the lab.
He's cooking meth. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh man. So Dracula is like, you destroyed my beautiful, beautiful cape. And Wolfman's like, he's just scratching himself. He's got fleas or something.
He's got fleas.
Or scarabs, because he's in the tomb, right? So he's got beetles all over him and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so Dracula is not too happy, and he has a vitality boost on top of it because of the roll. So it burns him, but it doesn't harm him. So it ruins his clothes, gets him annoyed. So Dracula gives him a stern scolding, I guess.
Yep.
How dare you come into my lab that I rightfully earned, destroying the mummy. And of course, the Wolfman's licking his balls or something.
Dracula's, you'll see what happens next turn.
In the next turn, roll the dice, pull the string. Pull the string. That's not Dracula, it's Bela Lugosi specifically. All right. I think we should introduce a additional outcome. What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's find out what kind of critical thing happens here. All right. All right, 28. Let's see. Let's roll again because we've been getting this too often. Mystical and scientific effect. So 17, temporary buff. All right, what kind of
interesting.
11 is D. Monster gains enhanced perception or awareness. But who gains that? So Wolfman gets 27.
27.
Dracula is, Wolfman gets it.
Wolfman.
Who decides the outcome? Yankee rolls a 10. Canuck rolls a 25.
Dun dun dun.
So Canuck, Wolfman's got this temporary buff. What is it and how does it help him?
So they are in where's the location again?
It's the tomb, the mummy's tomb. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me think about. Oh well.
Yeah, take a second if you need to.
I was thinking maybe he shoves Dracula in an empty sarcophagus. No, I don't think so. I think Wolfman wouldn't do that. He would go, he's vicious, so he would go right for. He's not thinking,
Goes right for the jugular, you think?
Yeah.
But
maybe...
no, but Wolfman.
Oh wait, he has garlic, doesn't he?
He does have the garlic, so he gains enhanced perception or awareness. So he's more aware of what's happening. So his intelligence goes above average, I would think, right? Or his senses go above average. And his senses are already pretty enhanced because they're instinctual instincts, right?
Yeah.
Animal instincts, I would say.
Yeah. So why don't we... Yeah, maybe he throws the garlic at him first. And then lunges at him.
All right. And so he lunges at him, and let's see here. That's a pretty good advantage. So Dracula's already like, oh, God, oh my God. And then,
yeah.
Does that lunge do any damage, though? It does.
Yes.
Dracula, where does he go for?
He bites Dracula in the neck.
Gets bit in the neck, so blood is gushing out.
Does his own move.
He does his own move? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, so Dracula's pretty wounded now. The garlic and the attack, and now Wolfman has heightened senses. Wolfman has a great advantage now.
Yeah.
So now he's not critical, but he is wounded pretty badly.
Yep. But he's Dracula, so it's not over.
Not over yet. So
Your
what is Dracula?
Was only irritating.
Well, again, that Bunsen burner thrown at you, that would irritate him, but now he's basically bleeding out, so that's it was a little beyond annoyance, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
All right, but what does Dracula do? Does Dracula do anything? Yeah. So
Yes.
so Dracula takes the Bunsen burner and then he cotters the wound.
I would have thought he would just return the favor and bite Wolfman in the neck. It's like, you do this to me, I do this to you.
Well, he's got to fix the wound, otherwise he bleeds out.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, otherwise there ain't much to do. He cauterizes the wound.
Yeah.
With the Bunsen burner. That's hardcore, man.
Yeah.
This is heavy metal here. All right. But now, what does the Wolfman do in retaliation? He doesn't do much. Wolfman throws stuff at Dracula, takes more equipment, but Dracula is able to dodge it.
Yes.
So Dracula's at a home advantage at this point. So Dracula's still in the game. Still in the game. Is he able to do anything to Wolfman? No.
Nope.
So Dracula, he attacks Wolfman. But it's not enough to cripple or damage him substantially. So he basically, he takes like a shard of one of the tubes, stabs it in the Wolfman, but it just sticks out of him and doesn't really do much of anything.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Next I will go for the jugular.
The jugular. And remember, Wolfman has undying will, so he's very, very resilient. He's not going to back. Even if he's bleeding out himself, he still will not back down from a fight. Oh, and remember, Dracula's got unholy recovery on top of that. So before you know it, he's going to be fully healed.
One turn. It only takes one turn.
Oh, okay, one turn. We'll go ahead and add that stipulation. But remember, we got to remember that Wolfman is now still fearful and panic, and Dracula's confused. So he's able to land a good attack on him, but Dracula's like, "Where am I? Who are you? Who are
Dracula
we?"
just goes back to his experiments. Just like, oh, I forgot the Wolfman was here.
He forgets Wolfman and goes back to work like nothing happened.
Or maybe maybe he just thinks he did enough that Wolfman.
And Wolfman, having been stabbed, is now scared because he's got the heightened fear.
Yeah, heightened fear, but he's got the undying will. So
yeah, he's fearful, but it's enough for him to recover and go back for the attack.
Yeah,
it's more of a temporary setback.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So essentially now we got old man Dracula's like, where are my formulas? And then Wolfman's like, he's like licking his wound somewhere in the corner. So,
he just leaves.
He just leaves. I'll come back. I'll rain check you this fight. The fight must go on. So we have to have something devastating happen. So Wolfman. Let's see here. Dracula forgets Wolfman is scared. All right, Dracula. Does he snap out of his little spell? No, he's still working. He's still working on his lab. Now, Wolfman, does he? No, Wolfman is nearly recovered. Gets the mental strength to get back at Dracula.
Yes.
I think we should introduce another additional outcome. What do you think?
Something has to, yeah. We need to get something going.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll wrap it up. Let's do something messed up and drastic. So, weakness exposure.
Ooh.
All right. 9. C. Monster's own prior action exposes vulnerability. All right. Who gains this advantage? Wolfman gets a 33. That's probably going to be Wolfman. Dracula gets a 19. So Wolfman. And who decides this outcome here? Yankee rolls a 22. Canuck gets an 11. So Yankee determines this one. All right. Because we got to wrap this up. We got a mental patient, and we have a scared little kitty cat of Wolfman. So now, having Dracula turned his back on Wolfman, that big open burn scar, because of the Bunsen burner at the beginning of the fight, exposes a big area and a gaping wound. So Wolfman, with his heightened senses, notices the garlic nearby. He threw it at Dracula. It's on the ground. He goes over, picks it up, and he decides something interesting. He's going to shove that into the open wound of Dracula, poisoning him from the inside out. It basically burns like acid.
Okay, so where the garlic is usually just an irritant annoyance, now that it's, in the wound, then it's much more serious.
Much more serious. Since we declared that unholy recovery was used before one turn, Dracula's back to normal strength now. But he still has that open wound. It's not completely healed. So, Wolfman just does just that. And what do you know? He does it. That sticks, burns like acid.
You put the garlic on me.
And he's confused and disoriented. I feel like this would critically wound Dracula. What do you think?
I don't know about critically wound, but
from the inside out, that's pretty. He cripples him pretty good.
I don't know about that.
What do you think it does? Should we roll on it?
He loses a turn.
He loses a turn. How about we roll on it? If it's devastating or if it's a minor annoyance?
Let's do that. What do we got?
Minor annoyance.
Minor annoyance, yes.
Doesn't cripple. Doesn't cripple him. So, so Dracula has had enough of Wolfman and does nothing. He just takes garlic out.
Yeah, he has to clean the wound.
And cleans the wound. With his using chemicals from his lab. So yeah, he's just like healing himself casually. Dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. What does Wolfman do on the other hand?
28.
So what would Wolfman conceivably do to basically get Dracula down to critical status? Because Dracula's like, dum-de-dum-de-dum, I'm just healing myself.
I don't know. What could we... I mean, he could go bite the wound again, or he
can go after his neck again.
Yeah. Or tear off
his kidney.
I don't know. Let's see here.
Jumps on his back. I'd say he jumps on his back.
Yeah, we could do that.
And scratches up his face, scratches up his head.
Yeah.
All right, so Wolfman's got a pretty good advantage now. So he's on top of Dracula, slashing him. Oh no! What is going on here?
Help!
And Dracula doesn't do anything. Dracula is confused and does nothing.
Yeah.
So he slashed up pretty good. Wolfman's got incredible power. So Dracula's basically like a scratched up husk, I think, at this point.
This might be a Renfield moment.
It is. Let's agree to that one. Wolfman makes him into a scratched up husk. So here we go. So Renfield appears. Does Renfield do anything at all? No. Renfield appears and is too busy eating scarabs.
Hmm.
So that's what he does. He eats bugs.
Yeah, if that was successful, then he would have been able to gather some tools or weapons to aid in the defense of
Exactly.
Dracula.
Yeah, but
He
unfortunately,
didn't get.
he's a little bit too busy eating, unfortunately. Renfield is kind of worthless at the moment. So Wolfman, on the other hand, yeah, he doesn't do much. He just stares Renfield down. Stares Renfield down. I would say he corners him too.
Yeah.
All right. Dracula is like a husk. So I think he's kind of out of commission. So it's really up to Renfield to save him now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Or should we roll to see if he gets a little bit of strength back?
Yeah, I think maybe he should be able to get some strength back.
All right, let's give him that opportunity. Dracula, does he get a little strength back? He does.
We haven't been able to utilize any of his shape-shifting or mind control abilities, Dracula.
No, we haven't. But unfortunately, he's confused. Would he be able to do that?
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Would he even remember he could do that? I mean, that would have to be a roll, I think. Not something that we could automatically do.
Yeah,
he gets a little strength back.
Yeah.
So how about this? This is a pretty high roll. So not only does Dracula get his strength back, but he's able to. He can't control Wolfman though. He can't control wolves. I don't think.
So what can he do to either in the environment?
You would have to control Renfield because Renfield again is too busy eating bugs.
Yeah.
Mind controls Renfield.
Yeah. Or he feeds on Renfield.
Yeah, sure. To get close and feeds off him.
So it gets
goes back to
boost.
Yeah, it goes back to neutral strength again.
So wound heals and everything. He's good.
Yeah, so come back, I need you. Master, what are you Thank you. Thank you, Renfield. That's not quite as tasty as I thought it would be, but it's good enough.
It is old. Be gone.
Be gone. Oh, wait, you're dead. Never mind. Kick you out of the way. All right, so Dracula's not going down without a fight. I mean, this... And Wolfman sees this whole thing, and he's just like, so does Wolfman do anything? No, he doesn't. Wolfman is scared.
Yeah.
That Dracula...
He's scared because he saw Dracula, get the boost. Rejuvenated.
Yeah, he keeps rejuvenating himself, so whatever he does, Dracula's just like, no, not today, not today. So, Dracula, on the other hand, he's still... He's trying to figure out what to do. He's maybe momentarily confused again.
Constantly confused.
Confused. So unfortunately...
It came with the handicap, so...
Yeah, so unfortunately, it just makes the battle just, almost at a stalemate. So, should we introduce another additional outcome? Or maybe a devastating next roll for Wolfman?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, devastating next roll for... So, Wolfman, if he gets a 26 or above... Okay, Wolfman gets a big advantage now.
Yeah.
Wolfman snaps out of it. And what does he do? Doesn't he puts his claws at his belly, right? Stabs him with his claws?
We could do that, yeah.
He disembowels him, basically.
Mm.
Okay, so Dracula's got all this guts. He's trying to put him back in his stomach. Oh, no! It took me centuries. So he doesn't have a psychic anymore. Dracula's basically critically wounded now. So I think it's fair, being Dracula as an immortal creature, to get one more Hail Mary. See if he can even pull it off.
Yeah, one more.
And he doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it.
Dracula is trying to put his guts back in, but to no avail. Wolfman tears him apart. So that means Wolfman wins.
Unbelievable. Who would have known?
So basically, Dracula kept rejuvenating himself, but he was also constantly confused and not sure what to do.
Yeah.
And not sure what was happening. Wolfman only had that disadvantage of being scared, but he snaps out of it, gets his shit together, finally kills not just Renfield, but Dracula himself.
Yeah.
All right, so
Interesting.
right, Wolfman actually goes to the finals.
I wasn't expecting that, I'll be honest.
I was not expecting that either, but it is what it is. Now we got Monster versus Griffin. All right, so we're going to roll for location. We're going to do a new location. Let's see here. That's the windmill. We're not doing the windmill again.
Windmill again.
Oh, sure. We're not doing Talbot
That's
Woods. 27. That's the London Laboratory and Streets.
Very good.
All right, this is interesting. We could do that. All right, weapon. What weapon does the monster get? He gets holy water. That's not going to do anything. Griffin gets a... oh, no.
Oh.
I mean, the monster's already, like, vulnerable to fire, so this is pretty big.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What kind of buff is the monster going to get? Bloodlust? What exactly is bloodlust in this context? He's just going after him. He just wants to kill Griffin at all costs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would say it's something like that.
Griffin has cursed resilience.
Or every bloodlust, or maybe it's also a healing on attack type of thing.
Healing on attack?
Yeah. Restores health on a hit.
Sure, like his batteries recharge or something.
Yeah.
Cursed resilience. So Griffin is more resilient than he normally would be, and he had his average strength and defense, so he's got a boost in defense. So we'll come up with a story reason for that. But what's the handicap for the monster? He's cursed. Oh no. Griffin has a heavy burden, reduced mobility. So I guess we could say that after the battle with Eric, Griffin manages to stumble upon a trap. It triggers and it harms him, but it doesn't defeat him. So now he's kind of hobbled as a result.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go with it. Yeah.
That's a story reason for that. Okay, does the monster get the roll advantage? No. Does Griffin get the roll advantage? Yes. All right. So we're in the middle of the London streets. Griffin is completely invisible, and he stored the torch somewhere in the field. So he sneaks up behind the monster with the torch in hand. What do you think?
Can you really sneak behind someone with a torch?
Oh, that is a good point. Actually, the monster gets the first strike because he's first here.
Oh, right.
But he can't see Griffin.
Yeah. Griffin doesn't have the torch then.
No, Griffin does not have the torch, but he is in the battle. He's right there looking at the monster. Monster has no idea where he is, but he is in a rage. He is trying to find him. He tears through the town trying to find Griffin. So, ultimately...
Well, I assume that they were both in the lab already. Oh, well, lab and streets. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, let's roll. Are they in the lab or are they in the streets?
Streets of London.
Lab, that has a higher advantage for both characters, so let's put that one to 26 and above. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do that. Nope, they're in the streets.
Oh. The streets of London.
So doesn't advantage either character. All right. So Monster, at this point, he can't really damage Griffin because he can't see him. And he can't even do anything. So the monster just like is thrashing things mindlessly.
Yeah.
Griffin watches with amusement. So essentially wasting his turn.
Yep. Monster's like, where are you?
Where are you? Get to the chopper! All right. So Griffin, what do you do, buddy? Oh, you know what? I think Griffin's going to have to take that torch, light it, and basically torch the monster. What do you think?
Yeah. It'd have to be pretty quick before the monster realizes it.
Yeah. So Griffin quickly takes the torch.
Wait, but with the heavy burden, reduced mobility.
Oh, that's right. But he but at a 29, he still has to get a blow in to Frankenstein.
So maybe he throws the torch. He throws the lit torch.
And throws it at the monster.
Yeah.
The monster
that gives him time. He's reduced mobility. That gives him enough time, ample time to come up behind the monster.
Exactly. Monster burns. Griffin gets enough time for Griffin to walk up monster. All right. So Griffin, in spite of his disadvantages, is able to throw the torch. He lights the torch. He throws it at the monster. The monster's burning.
He's like, who's a good monster?
You are a good monster. And what does the monster do? He doesn't do anything. He gets burned pretty bad. He's not critical, but he's burned pretty bad. Limiting his strength and defense. So Griffin is pretty cunning.
Wait. But he has the holy water.
Oh, that's right. But then again, he rolled an 18, though.
Yes.
So Monster douses himself with holy water, but is burned pretty bad. So he's able to extinguish the flames, but he's damaged pretty good. Yeah. He's still in the game. He's not out. He's at a disadvantage now.
That's fair.
Let's see here, but let's add an additional outcome here. Let's find out here. I forgot we had these.
Yeah.
The rules for the different sidekicks.
Yeah.
We could do this for the finals. How about that? And next time we'll try to introduce them into the other battles. Yeah. Sorry, folks. This is the first time we're doing this. We're just kind of like...
Yeah, but you gotta appreciate the patience and we're...
I worked really hard on it. Well, we both did.
So we're just still trying to... Next time it'll be a lot more smooth.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. This is pretty good for what it is. All right. So additional outcome roll, 17. Temporary buff. All right. Why don't we do that? Why not? That was something we did last time, but it wouldn't hurt to do it again.
So that would be...
15. That's E.
E.
Emotional trigger boosts focus or aggression. Who gets that, though? Monster rolls a 28. Griffin rolls a 29. Wow. Griffin is really on his game here. I never thought you would go the distance, you know what I mean? And Yankee gets a 7. Canuck gets a 20. So Canuck... Woohoo! So with this temporary buff, what does Griffin get and what does he do with it?
His temporary buff is one of his potions or something. He has he's able to pour the invisibility potion on an item, a single item, and that item becomes invisible for 1 turn.
What item would that be?
That's a good question. He's already used the torch, so they're in the streets. Well,
well, remember, it's a boost. It's focus or aggression.
oh.
So what's he intensely focused on, or what's his aggression focused on?
So what he's going to do is he's going to jump inside one of the red double-decker buses they have in London and crash right into the monster.
Wow. Wait, this is probably Victorian era. Did they even have those buses back then? Probably not, right?
Of course not. No.
Yeah, a horse carriage. He runs a horse carriage at him.
No, let's not do that either.
What do you want to do then?
We got to crash. The monster's distracted right now, right?
He's burned pretty bad. I wouldn't say he's distracted. He's
just standing around.
Yeah, he's just trying to get his strength back up. So I guess you could say he's temporarily out of commission.
Well, then why don't we? I guess you just. Man, I don't know. Emotional question. See, he's invisible right now, so he has.
Yeah, he's got the field advantage there.
But he can't do much physically without a weapon, or like
he could try to find one in the streets of London. What could you use as a weapon conceivably?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could use a knife from a street vendor, a food vendor, or something. A bacon buddy.
A bacon buddy?
Buddy sandwich. So there's the bacon butter sandwiches in London are popular.
Why don't you do a butcher's place and gets a cleave knife or something, or what do you call it, cleaver?
Yeah, cleaver. Okay, so there's a outdoor butcher shop. Those roadside butcher shop, so that you just grab as a cleaver. Yeah.
And I guess he thrusts into the monster, right?
Well, cleaver is more for hacking, right?
Yeah. It is a pretty good weapon, but does it clean? It depends on how sharp the thing is, too. But if he takes it from a butcher shop, I would imagine it's already sharpened and it's ready for some pretty bad damage.
It is, yeah. So he just starts hacking away.
Yeah, well, yeah, because remember, boosts aggression, so he's really going at him.
Yeah.
Runs to monster and starts hacking aggressively. So the monster's he's down, not out, recovering. Griffin gets into the butcher shop and through his madness goes right up to the monster, goes, ah! Just hacks him up. I'm like, well, he's got problems. He's got to go to a psychiatrist after this match.
Yeah. So he's messed up, but keep in mind that being stabbed and all that, it's not fatal with the monster. No,
I mean, it just it lowers his defense more, but again, not critical. It's just like now he's just like he's just really like, oh my god.
Yeah. He also he does have a healing component. The monster does heal pretty well. We see in the the movies and stuff. So in the novel as well, he gets shot at and beaten and shot, stabbed, everything.
That's true. I mean, it does say high resilience to physical damage.
Yeah.
And he does have that intimidating presence. So far hasn't helped him at all, because now Griffin's got this boost of aggression, so whatever fear effect the monster may have had, Griffin's like, I don't care.
The fire is really the key to defeat him.
Yeah, but even then, he also has can't survive normal, fatal injuries temporarily. So that's why with the fire, who he's vulnerable to, but it's not enough to really cripple him. It's enough to take him out of commission, which he is temporarily. So does the monster recover? Absolutely not. Monster takes the hacking.
But based on that, though, the monster then can't be defeated. Well, we'll see.
You want to do an additional outcome? We can do that.
Can he be defeated?
Let's do an additional outcome then, because right now,
No.
Monster's taking the hacking.
No, you can't stop me.
Is on his knees. Yeah, theoretically, the monster should be able to take on Griffin, who's a mere mortal. But Griffin not only has invisibility, but he's got like psycho strength. And
Psycho strength.
yeah. And the monster's just been fumbling this entire match.
Yeah. But this is still not enough to defeat him.
Not enough, no. So we have to have something really ridiculous and crazy come up. So let's see here. 7.
Yeah, Griffin needs a flamethrower or something.
Environmental shift. Let's introduce an environmental shift.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah.
So what kind of
See,
shift?
if it goes back to the burned windmill, that could be interesting. Oh no, that's not there. That's
Well, it's like another element in the arena itself. So
environmental shift would be like, if light.
Well, we're about to find out. We rolled a 30. That's a J.
30 J. So that's a collapse of part of the environment, right?
Yes. So that means basically a building in the middle collapses on top of someone.
Creates a hazard. What if it created a fire?
Could create a fire too. Let's find out what it is and how can it advantage the monster. So that is key as well. So monster gets an 8. Griffin gets a 26. So Griffin gets this advantage. Yeah. And Yankee rolls 8. Canuck rolls 38.
Yes.
So you've been the deciding factor for a lot of these. So what happens and how does it advantage Griffin?
Griffin has access to fire once again.
Okay, well, the specific environmental shift is sudden collapse of part of the building. So, like, something happens, like a building suddenly explodes, someone left the stove on or something, and now he's got access to fire?
Yes.
All right, we'll go with that.
Or just a fire. Some building caught on fire.
Okay, suddenly catches fire.
Yeah.
Due to a mishap. Was there something that Griffin or the monster did? No, remember the torch?
Yeah.
That Griffin threw? It bounced off and caught the building on fire.
It started a fire that spread.
Yes.
The building, okay.
The torch Griffin threw started a fire on a nearby building. It causes it to collapse, right?
Yeah.
Griffin now has access to fire. There we go. So basically, what would Griffin do? Now that he's got this fire right before him.
Probably light another torch.
I guess so, yeah. So he'd light. So Griffin relights another torch. And goes up to Monster. All right, then. Now, let's see.
Monster don't like fire.
Let's see here. So who gets the next turn here? Griffin. Monster. Griffin wins, so Monster doesn't do anything. Monster's still on his knees. He's like he's pretty messed up with all the hacking and stuff. Now you got fire. He was burned already. I mean, Griffin has a big advantage over him. And
the monster has recovery though.
He does. Well, yeah, that's right. But it depends on the roll. Griffin, in this case, rolled a 23. So Griffin beats Monster with the torch, but doesn't critically injure him. So basically, Monster's taking a big beating, but in spite of all these beatings, he's still in the game. So Griffin is still a mere mortal. He's doing the best he can, but it's still not enough. So now the town is slowly erupting into flames.
They burned London.
Yeah, we're burning London, man. So does the monster still doesn't do anything. He's able to dust himself off, but now he's getting close to critical.
Yeah. Without memory, he's still resilient.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Okay, so basically, Monster is close to critical now. Now,
Monster will feel good.
London is starting to burn all around them. So, I mean, again, this is an advantage for Griffin. So this is a big time advantage for him. The heat will affect Griffin, though, at some point, because he's naked running around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, like, it's a big advantage, but at the same time, not quite, you know?
And maybe the townspeople are trying to put out the fires and stuff.
Exactly.
So the water, remember when water rained on Griffin to water, you could see the outline, his out, you know. He's not invisible.
Griffin gets doused and is exposed. So his invisibility, his X factor is now no longer a factor. Now the monster can see him because of the water.
You see the outline.
So basically we have the monster at near critical, and Griffin is now exposed. So now we're neck to neck. What does the monster do, though? Does he do anything at all to Griffin? He does something, but it's not enough to defeat Griffin. So monster takes a good big old punch at Griffin. Knocks the wind out of his sails.
Pretty sure that would kill him.
It would, but you know, he rolled a 25, so it's enough to knock the wind out of his sails, not enough to do anything devastating.
Yeah.
So Griffin's basically, so now, whereas the monster was basically incapacitated for most of the match, now it's Griffin's turn to be incapacitated.
Yeah.
I mean, he did his best, but, you know, the monster at the end of the day, once you get him favorable roll, and Griffin, look at that, he's down on the floor.
Yeah, and then what happens? The monster does what the mountain did in Game of Thrones.
He puts his head
The red viper
squishes it like a cantaloupe. Well, does he do that? Does he do that? Let's find out. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I think the monster won this. Griffin put up a good fight. Monster goes up to Griffin, takes his head, and crushes it like a grape.
Oh man.
wait, he still has a sidekick. So by crushing and he crushes his head.
Mr. Marvel.
Now when Mr. Marvel comes in, it's London is burning. Marvel.
Now we might have to explain who Mr. Marvel is.
Okay, yeah, Thomas Marvel is a character in the original book. I don't think he's in the movie at all. I think in the movie it was Kemp, Dr. Kemp.
Yeah.
But I think he was the protagonist and Griffin was the antagonist in the movie. But in the book, which we're going to have to go by, Thomas Marvel is a tramp. He's like a homeless guy that becomes the sidekick or the lackey to Griffin. And by the end of the book, Griffin does die just like he does in the movie. But Thomas Marvel ends up getting his formula and, you know, and stashes it away for himself.
Yeah.
But it's still encrypted in this weird language he needs to cipher, from what I can remember. So...
Yeah. But it's a happy ending for Thomas Marvel because he has the notes and stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. And he's it's an advantage to him if he knows how to decipher it. But that's how the book ends. Anyway, Marvel comes in. Does he do anything to help Griffin? No. Thomas Marvel appears. But his coat catches a flame.
His coat catches him.
He's like running around like an idiot. Ah! So the sidekick doesn't do anything. So now this is the deciding roll. What does the monster do? Okay, Monster puts Griffin down, who has his skull cracked at this point.
Yep.
He's pretty much down. Goes to Marvel. He just approaches Marvel. He doesn't do anything but approach him. Marvel, scared. Marvel is scared. At this point, Marvel can't do anything.
No.
Griffin is critically injured. I think we should call it, don't you think?
This is it. Yeah.
All right, let's just go ahead and call it. So Monster throws Marvel into the flames. He burns alive. Monster goes back to Griffin, stomps on his head.
Yes. And then does a Nelson from The Simpsons laugh.
And goes, ha ha.
The
The monster wins.
monster defeat invisible.
It would have been great if Griffin would have gotten that one, but you know what? The monster was too resilient.
Yep.
So now we're going against two Jaggernauts here, a Wolfman and a Monster. Classic lineup. All right, guys, I'm going to take a brief break so I can cut some pizza, and then we're going to do the finals.
I want pizza, man.
You get no pizza. You get waiting on me. All right, we're at the 3-hour mark now. We're at the finals, though.
It's
now.
the final countdown. Final fight.
All right,
Monster Mash Mayhem.
classic lineup here. Let's do. Let's see. Where are they gonna fight?
Would you roll 29?
I rolled a 29, but like I said, let's
not do that again because that's the streets of London.
All right, which ones have we not done? Black Lagoon.
Yeah, we haven't done Lagoon yet.
We've done all the other ones. Let's just do the Black Lagoon then.
Okay, Lagoon it is. Poor Gil, man.
I know, right? This would have been his home turf had he gone this far, but
Gilzuki.
no, poor Gilzuki, no.
Oh man,
we hardly knew ye. All right. All right. So, what weapon do they get? All right. So, Wolfman gets a syringe. That's what he. One of the other characters. Oh wait, how about a shovel handle stake?
Okay.
I mean, that could do something. I don't know. What does a monster get? A hunting rifle? Wouldn't even know how to use that thing.
No.
Oh, hey, if he's gonna have
That's
that,
funny.
if he's able to shoot and get a hit, it's gonna be accidental. I'm just saying it right now.
Yeah.
Wolfman gets. We already have Bloodlust. Moonlight Empowerment, but that is only if he gets the moon.
Yes.
Frankenstein gets
determined this.
Terror Empowerment.
Whoa.
He's already like has that fear factor advantage. The monster.
He does, yeah. Very imposing and dangerous.
It's heightened. So fragile defense. Oof. That's not good for Wolfman. Vulnerable to fire. He's already vulnerable, so let's pick a different one.
Yes.
Slowed movement. Is he already slow?
He's already slow, yeah. Yeah. He's usually depicted as slow in the films. However, in Mary Shelley's novel, he's actually not slow at all.
Oh yeah, he's totally different in the novel.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, he's already slow and clumsy according to our thing, so let's pick another one. Reduced accuracy. There we go. He's got the gun, so that's not going to really help him.
He's not using that gun.
Probably not. All right. Now the roll advantage. Does Wolfman get the moon this time? Nope.
Nope.
He does not get any kind of roll advantage. He was able to make it this far, but no roll advantage.
Yeah.
The monster. Nope. Neither get a roll advantage.
Nothing.
These are the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. So what happens? Well, they're both in the swamp. So already they're just like, it's kind of hard to maneuver already inside.
They decide not to fight. Like, let's just leave.
Let's just have a beer. Let's go home. Oh man, no, they have to fight. They're like Pokemon. They have to. They're slaves.
Someone has to be victorious. So
yeah, don't worry. We're at the final.
The games begin.
The final matchup.
Fight.
So Wolfman has the first roll advantage, though. First strike. He doesn't take
19.
The Wolfman is stuck in the swamp. So he's just kind of stuck, sloshing around. Already, like, he's like, it's like, whatchamacallit, that thing from the, the horse from the Never-Ending Story.
Right.
Atrax, is that the name of the horse?
Yeah.
He's stuck in the swamp of sadness.
Right.
Oh,
36. Wow.
But the monster, he's not disadvantaged. He's got the hunting rifle, but reduced accuracy.
But the hunting rifle has a bayonet on it.
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Monster has a hunting rifle. With a bayonet attachment. I don't know. I don't know how to spell. Bayonet. Oh my god.
Bayonet. Yep. Yeah.
Whatever. We know what we're talking about. With that attachment, jams it in Wolfman's. Jams it. Where does he jam it though? 36 is pretty high, so it'd have to be like the chest area, wouldn't it?
Yes. Well,
fragile defense on top of it. So this,
but Frankenstein's monster is much taller than the Wolfman. I mean, Wolfman's not small or anything, but
so he jams it down his shoulder or something.
Shoulder, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, down Wolfman's shoulder.
He just thrusts it down and hits the shoulder.
Oof. And he's already at a fragile defense, so that hurts him pretty bad. So he's close to critical now, Wolfman. This match is almost over before it begins.
Maybe not critical.
Well, if he jams it, that's a high roll for Frankenstein, and Wolfman's got fragile defense. I would say it's close.
Oh, with the fragile defense, you're right.
Close to critical. He's not critical. He's close to it now.
Because if it wasn't for that fragile defense, it'd be okay.
But Wolfman rolls a 14, so Wolfman flails about.
Yes.
And whimpers.
Whimpers, yes.
I mean, Monster's seen some shit. I think he's done. I'm done with competition. I must eat pizza.
Right.
But of course, so Frankenstein rolls a 5, so Frankenstein ends up getting stuck in the swampy water too.
Yeah.
Or the monster, rather.
Or he sees his reflection in the water and he's like, arr!
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were going to introduce that. Might as well.
Yeah. He sees his reflection
and he freaks out?
Freaks out, yeah.
He's like, whoa, what is this ugly thing staring at me?
He's like, Annie, what's happened to your face?
What's happened to you? All right, it's time to do an additional roll here. Additional outcome roll.
Yeah.
Introduce something interesting. Let's put something interesting here. 13. That's a weakness exposure. I don't think we had one of these yet. Or if we did, I forgot. All right, so what kind of weakness exposure? As a 15, that is a E. Environmental hazard interacts with monster's traits. Okay. Who gets this advantage? Is this a Wolfman, right? Wolfman rolls a 24. Monster rolls 34. The monster gets... And who gets to declare what happens and how and all that fun stuff? I get a 22. You get a 35.
Woohoo!
All right, so tell me, what environmental hazard does the monster interact with that puts him at an advantage?
Well...
Or rather, puts the Wolfman at an advantage, or at a disadvantage.
I was going to say the monster, a down power line in the lagoon gives the monster additional power.
a down power line that had that in the movie?
Well, no.
Let's make it up. They had power lines, and then the one just gets down.
So
So
no, there's a little.
You want to do that? We could do that.
No, or we can. Let me see here. I can think of something else. I think environmental hazard. I don't know.
You just saw the movie, so tell me, what in this environment can the monster use to his advantage, or could disadvantage the Wolfman? The Wolfman's already stuck in the swampy water.
Maybe some fishing nets or something. There isn't any in the movie. Well, no, they do use a net to try to catch Gillman, and then they obviously shoot him harpoon guns, spear guns, and.
Okay. Would you think humans would be an environmental hazard against the Wolfman? Like like whatever characters are in that movie?
Yes, maybe.
What kind of characters are they? Are they scientists? Are they military men?
Combination, not military, but scientists, and like some are trying to kill the Gillman, some want to capture him alive to do experiments. Then there's Kay, the love interest.
Okay, so how about the scientists?
There's just a couple of random people, but there is, yeah.
Well, the scientists are on a boat. They're just strolling about. They see the Wolfman, and they're like, hey, man, we could probably capture that thing and experiment on it. What do you think, guys? Let's do it.
Yes.
So they all, what's the right word? Cajole him. They throw the net at Wolfman.
Or we just do environmental. A bunch of piranhas jump out.
Oh, that's even cooler, actually.
There we go. Yeah.
I don't know how to spell piranhas.
Piranha.
Yeah, I think you're right. Piranhas form around the Wolfman and start nibbling on him.
Feel so bad for him now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, already he's just like, life ain't going well for him.
No.
Monster
You want to be the Wolfman, and the curse got him.
Yeah, Monster laughs.
Gave away the amulet. He shouldn't have done that.
That's pretty devastating, I think. And when a piranha gets you, man, they get you.
Yeah.
Do you think this is critical for the Wolfman? I think it is.
It's
Are you sure? I mean, honestly, fragile
defense too.
I think he's critical. Let's call it. So that means with the sidekick has got to be summoned.
Sidekick has to be. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so that's the gypsy lady, right?
Yeah, she's like, I told you to take the amulet.
Now look at you being eaten alive.
Yep.
All right, to remind ourselves here, Maleva, the gypsy woman, can provide temporary control of the beast or forewarn of transformations. Like I mentioned, I just noticed that we had these roles of what she could do.
Yeah. She can stabilize Wolfman, warn of an incoming attack or trap, which, whatever, he's already kind of used charms or amulets to slow or confuse the opponent. That would give him time to recuperate and distract
and all
enemies.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. This is a one-time thing. So what does Wolfman get out of this deal? Got a 24. So according to the little chart here, uses charms or amulets to slow or confuse opponents.
Was this roll successful? It was.
24. Yeah, I was going by this. It's a 2 to 40. But if we're going by the old rules, 24 means it's not very effective.
Yeah.
So which one should we go by? The old rules we've been going by, or this chart thing that I have?
Let's just go by what we were doing already, I think.
All right. So next time we'll do all this stuff, this fun stuff. But for now, Gypsy shows up and just sees the Wolfman getting eaten alive by piranhas.
It's like, not again. It's never happened before. What am I going to do?
Does nothing really.
Yeah.
So, what does the monster do in this case? The monster just keeps laughing.
Laughing. Ah, 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 ah.
All right. Well, I think the Wolfman's got one more roll left because he's got to get out of those waters before there's nothing left of him. Does the Wolfman do that? Barely. Yes, he does.
Barely makes it out. Yeah.
Wolfman barely makes it out.
But he needs another roll to get all the piranhas off.
But yeah, some piranhas are still on him. Wow. Alrighty then. All right, so Mr. Monster, what do? Do you keep laughing at him? Yeah, he does.
Keeps laughing.
He's just taunting the poor Wolfman. Does Wolfman get those piranhas off? Yeah, he does.
All right. And he turns to face the monster.
Yeah, but like exposed bone and sinew. I mean, it took him a while to get out of those piranha-infested waters and take him off. So yeah, he's pretty much chewed up from the legs down, the thighs.
Normally
down.
It wouldn't be an issue, but because of the handicap that he has.
Yeah, this like Wolfman is close to death, I would say. He still has an in him to probably sway the fight. But that all depends on what Monster here is going to roll. He rolls a 24, so Monster doesn't attack. He just pushes him.
Yeah.
Wolfman loses balance because of chewed up legs. This is like a sissy fight at this point. Like, But yeah, Wolfman's
see what happens.
Massive disadvantage. Does the Wolfman do anything though? You're gonna push me around? Yes, you can keep pushing me around.
I don't think there's much for him to do at this point. I think it's gonna be
Wolfman
quite a challenge.
Falls on the ground, and one leg breaks off. Because it's exposed bone, and the monster pushed him, and it was enough to be like, but not enough to kill him. You have to have a high roll for the kill. And it looks like it's time to put out the Wolfman to pasture. So first off, Wolfman ends up getting the gypsy and throws her in the swamp-infested waters. She gets eaten up alive by piranhas. He gets to the Wolfman, and what has the monster not done in terms of a finishing move? He hasn't picked them up in tournament 2 or nothing, right?
Has he done that yet? I don't think so. We could just have the monster just drowns him.
So he throws him back in the water?
Yeah, just dunks his head in and drowns him.
What in the piranha-infested water?
Yeah.
All right, dunks. Okay, well, first throws Gypsy in the...
He dunks both of them.
Oh, he does one for each hand and...
Yeah.
All right, I'm down with that.
Poor Gypsy. I feel bad.
Oh, well, that's her fault. She was not useful. And dunks their heads both in piranha-infested waters.
While laughing.
He just laughs the entire time.
He's because he knew the outcome already. He was like, I'm going to win this. Nothing can stop me.
The monster wins. So the monster wins. Monster wins. So for season 1 of the Monster Mash Mayhem, the monster ends up being the victor. Classic character. Honestly, when you think of a universal monster, you pretty much were going to think of either Frankenstein's monster or Dracula. Let's just be honest. So I think it's fitting that one of the most popular and well-known characters of all time wins this first official match.
True. I'm a big fan of all of them, including Wolfman, but you're right. And I think the main thing is we would have been more, it would have been shocking if it was, if Griffin won or Eric maybe.
Oh,
Although they
that
all
would have
had
been crazy.
they would have had chances, even Jekyll and Hyde, but since they're not supernatural or super strength, they're human. But I mean, we had it set up to where I think we had enough. There's weapons and the environment and different events can take place, and then the buffs, and so I think we did a good job covering the ground where it was everyone had a chance. So at
Yeah,
least
pretty much.
we did that.
Their sidekicks were largely useless, though.
True. I mean, that just turned out that way for the role. I mean, Dracula got some benefit training Renfield, and there
That's
was
true.
but at the same time, I think a lot of it came down to the weaknesses. That
Yeah.
really was a huge deciding factor because Wolfman, for example, not being usually Wolfman can heal and he has all these abilities. His defense is great, but having this handicap established.
Yeah, it crippled him, and he was in no shape to face the piranhas in the water. That was ultimately his downfall.
Yeah.
That was the situational outcome. So, yeah, this was a lot of fun.
It was good. It was really, really good. I think there's definitely some things that can be adjusted and tweaked, but
I think the main thing is like
really
some
good.
of the monsters were way too resilient in terms of defense. Like that's how, like for instance, the monster was able to keep going in spite of Griffin having the advantage over him over and over and over again. But at the end of the day, that defense served him well. Reached all the way to the end.
That's right.
All right, guys. This is the Monster Mash Mayhem Season 1. We hope you had fun. We had a lot of fun. And we'll be seeing you next time.
Thanks so much for tuning in. And hope you enjoyed it. We'll do it again. Take care. And happy Halloween.